What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Brilliant Idiots podcast. This is Andrew Schultz. Charlemagne is out on his book tour right now. He's going to call in a little bit. This podcast is brought to you this week by Viceland. Okay, Viceland TV. Weed Week is happening soon on Viceland, the TV channel from Vice. It's like Shark Week, but with weed. They're premiering new seasons of shows like Bong Appetite and Weedakit, and Deezus and Mero are involved in their Viceland late night show. And it's going to be in LA for the week. You got to go check out Deezus and Mero's show. It's going to be in LA this week so they can legally celebrate the high holy days. Weed Week, or Week of Weed, starts April 17th on Viceland and ends 4-20. So go to Viceland.com to find your channel. Today's episode of Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Squarespace. Whatever you're doing it for, make sure you're building your website with Squarespace. Squarespace gives you everything you'll need to make your next move into a reality, including a free domain. That's free. Free domain. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and use the offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase. Make your next move and website with Squarespace. Okay, I am joined today by Karlos Miller.
Yes, sir.
Chico Bean.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for making this happen. We are recording from my brother's apartment, which is inside my parents' apartment. So
that sounds like a name of a podcast.
What, my brother's apartment?
Inside my brother's apartment.
My brother's apartment. Yeah.
Right. Somebody gonna steal that.
Now we're getting punk rock with it. Chico is furiously. Carlos is furiously scrolling his Instagram.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on? What is this about?
I'm just checking, seeing what's going on, man.
Okay.
E40 apparently got some new liquor out in the liquor stores. He's been selling major liquor.
Okay.
He been selling liquor since Hurricane.
Hell yeah.
I got no clue.
We got before we even get into this shit, we got to shout out Deezus and Mero and the Brilliant Idiots. Y'all been killing this.
Hell
podcast.
yeah,
Hey man, we've had fun. We've had a good time. Not gonna lie. We gotta shout out you guys, man. 85 South. I saw the clip. Well, for the people who don't know, 85 South is your podcast.
85. Let me flex.
Yeah. Get the
flex it, Lowe's.
It's your podcast with DC.
Right.
And
it's me, Chico Bean, Clayton English.
Yeah.
A homegirls B. Simone and Brady.
So how many people are part of this? What is this
the
cast of
original
characters? I
idea-
thought it was just you and DC.
Well,
I
the
didn't know.
original joint came from me and DC, but we kept the forum so open because he's doing movies, and just like Charlemagne is always going.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's just about keeping the thing going.
Yeah.
And it's not about who's the host or the co-host. It's just the family trying to build a brand and make it bigger. You know what I mean?
So is there a lot of envy that he's doing movies?
No, it's no envy. It's just like everybody brings everything to the table. I'm Karlos Miller.
Yeah.
That's Chico Bean. It's DC Young Fly. It's Clayton English. And it's like, that's a family environment. So it's like the way that we set it up, it was me and DC originally.
Right.
And then it's just like, we got all these friends who are, just as famous as us. And they down to make sure that this shit is dope. So let's get them involved, man.
I heard a rumor that you guys were trying to spread about DC that his favorite drink was Pepsi.
No, that's definitely
not the case.
I heard that's what
And,
you guys were trying
this
to
is the
say.
thing. This is the thing. So, two things. One, don't put that on us. Two,
I'm gonna throw your thing. We got video going. Turn this shit off.
I was gonna go live.
This is like you said, we're inside your brother's apartment.
Yeah.
And I can tell that this is a white man's apartment.
Talk
You
to
guys
me.
can't see this, but he has the fucking Nucky Thompson shoes from Boardwalk Empire. Like, I haven't seen a pair of like those are the Air Frederick Douglasses right there. Like those are
where these? That boy who told Forrest Gump, "You can't sit here."
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So
this is our water fountain.
yeah, the guy who made the decision about that Pepsi shit has a pair of those, guaranteed.
White guys don't give a fuck about shoes, man.
So what was your take on the Pepsi thing? Did you see the commercial, first of all?
I don't know if I have a take yet because Pepsi's gonna have to issue some apology money
To whom?
to the black community.
Come
Listen,
on,
if there's
Carlos.
one thing about
Come on, Carlos.
They
Come
come
on,
in with a check,
Come on,
bro.
Carlos.
were you
And I don't want to be the one
It's
to
not-
say,
it's the-
fuck Pepsi, and then they be like, oh, in order to repair our image, maybe we should link with Karlos in 85 South Show. Then I'm going to feel guilty for taking these people's money, but I'm going to take it. So
so
I
you can
wanna
be bought.
I want to be a part of the
Yeah, we
I got
listen.
you.
See where I'm going?
Listen.
So I'm taking a different angle with my
Sure.
shit.
Here's the
The
problem.
85 South Show can definitely be bought. We are for sale.
We are for sale.
But don't let them sell you that 40 acres and a mule shit. That never worked
Fuck
out.
that. We
Hey.
want all
Never
the
worked
acres.
out. You need the signed check. There it is.
Fuck cash.
Hey,
You want
40
cash
acres and a
directly.
mule didn't work out, but 250,000 and motherfucking airspace, that'll work like shit.
Shit.
Fuck the
You
mule.
really think that they're gonna issue financial
No,
apology?
I
Pepsi
don't.
not doing shit.
I
This
don't.
was-
First
this
of
was
all,
hypothetical.
Karlos put me on. I didn't know. Me and Karlos just went, grabbed something to eat. He was like, "Did you hear about the Pepsi thing?" And I'm like, "What's going on with Pepsi?" And he showed me the video, a little quick clip. This a picture of the video, but then he showed that they issued an apology to Kendall Jenner.
Did you see that?
Yeah, they did. Because they put her in a crazy situation.
Like, how did she not know that she was being put in that situation?
Fuck out of here, Andrew.
You know
They put her in
They
shit.
put her in a crazy ass situation.
Get the
So,
fuck outta here.
Yeah, here's the thing about it. Is about the thing that tripped me out. Right? Is it like it was offensive? I understand how it was offensive.
Here you go with this shit.
No,
you always
listen.
want
Yeah,
to
he
play
about to start
devil's
that
advocate.
bullshit.
You be
Listen, I
like,
already
Black
know.
Lives Matter, but fuck the butt,
Nah,
Andrew.
nah.
Fuck the butt.
This is if you really believe Black Lives Matter, you gotta understand.
What you mean if?
If you really believe,
What you mean if?
think about it. Who's taking more Black lives?
White
Us,
people.
white people.
White people.
Pepsi.
White people.
Are you fucking serious?
Pepsi. The fifth leading cause of death for Black people is diabetes.
Diabetes.
Get the fuck outta
Pepsi
here.
out here killing you,
man.
motherfuckers.
Hey, come on.
You upset at
man.
Kendall
Fuck up,
Jenner?
dog.
The
Come on, dog.
Kardashian
Come on,
Jenners
dog.
only killed like 5 Black people.
White people
No,
kill
no,
everything.
Police
First
kill
of
a few
all-
Black people. I'm not
first
gonna
of
lie.
all-
We might not make it
Pepsi?
through this episode.
Yeah, we might not. Listen.
White people kill everything. Y'all kill
Listen.
the animals, the trees,
Yeah.
the fucking ozone, the glaciers are melting, global warming.
White
Fucking
people are
ice.
responsible for
Fucking
OJ being in
Man,
prison.
OJ Simpson, kitty cats gotta get spayed and
Cosby.
neutered. White
Cosby.
people are ruining this everything.
Did we kill Cosby?
Not yet, but he's got fucking glaucoma and
Yeah, you
shit
see
in
his eyes?
We killed his eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, his eyes are done.
Kill
Can't
his
find
career.
any more girls to rape.
Y'all gotta take responsibility for some of this shit. Y'all are fucking
I believe
up,
in that.
fucking up
Accountability is
the
important.
galaxy. The
I believe in
galaxy.
that.
Sending in trash out of
Yeah.
space. The ocean is full of litter.
But if you
That's
look at
all
those,
white people.
You look at those future movies, we always save the galaxy.
You
so
a fucking
that's
liar.
bullshit.
Every time I see one of
That's
those
our
future
accountability,
movies,
Hey, listen.
there are no black people
I
in them. They don't plan on us being in the future. We ain't in the
No,
Jetsons.
wait a minute.
We ain't in Armageddon. We ain't in shit. I don't know where y'all think we're going. But when
Yo.
black people start going out of space on the weekend, guess who gonna be there?
Exactly.
What if
I got
happens
more
is-
trust in aliens than white people. Like,
what
I
if-
believe they'll help us a little
No, but
bit
check
quicker.
it. What if we find out that in the future that everybody just had enough of white people and that's why they sent us to outer space?
Nope.
Who has the power to do that, Show?
Nope.
Indians and Chinese are like 2/3 of the fucking world.
Nope.
Exactly.
Add
they
some
don't
black
own-
people,
Have
you
you
have
ever
more
seen?
powerful
Have
voices,
you ever
and
been
then
to
boom, you're
India?
good.
Have you ever been to India or
That shit
China?
could use some white people. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
I mean,
lie.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
You fucking crazy.
Look how your brother's looking. He can't believe this shit.
Look at your brother. He's acting like he's looking at the camera angle. He's still trying to figure out how he saw them shoes. I didn't put them up. He's like, "Fuck, why didn't I hide my shoes,
Fuck
man?"
it, man.
Those right there are the symbol of white privilege. Like
Those shoes right there. Like, Chico, I'm just sitting there looking at them thinking of
Can
how
we
much
look at-
pussy I wouldn't get if I had a pair.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
but
no.
you really think the pussy comes down to sneakers?
Yeah.
You
For
think
us, it
black
does a
women
lot.
care that much about
Yes.
sneakers?
Yes, that's one of the first things they look at when they see you is your shoes that you have on.
Your
No.
shoes are
Yeah.
like your car at all times. Like when
Right.
your car's in the parking lot, your shoes are a representation of your
See, I
transportation.
don't think women care about that shit.
I don't
You're
know.
fucking
I
crazy.
can't take your
White
opinion.
women might
honest,
not
I
care
gotta
about
see
it.
what type of
I
chick.
just
Of
started
course,
with.
like that's the thing. White women, I would assume that white women, just women of other ethnicities, probably don't care. Because I'm sure your brother has fucked plenty of times in the Nucky Thompsons. But
Yeah.
if me and Karlos were to wear a pair of those on the set of Wildin' Out,
You know when
then-
boxers used to box like
yeah,
this?
exactly. You got those are definitely
That
the Jack
was
Johnsons.
boxing shit, the Jack Johnsons.
Those are definitely the Jack Johnsons.
Hell yeah.
Those are the press conference Jack Johnsons right
Hey,
there.
when you get those, they come wrapped up in a paper sack with a bow around them and shit.
So the expectation for white guys' shoe game is way low.
No,
What you're
yeah, of
trying to
course.
say.
Like
Way
it's always surprising. Like every
I'm
time I see
special
you,
that I have
yeah,
these.
every time I see you and you got a
never
fresh pair of
expect a
J's,
white
I be
guy
like,
to
yo,
have
show
more
some
than 2 or 3 pairs of kicks.
at
Well, they
all.
used to make fun of me all the time because I would only wear like 1 or 2 pairs of the same Jordans because I only had 1 or 2 pairs of Jordans.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was what people would act like they were outing me on something on the internet. Like they
You
were on
got those
Twitter.
on
Like,
again?
I see you shorts with only 2 pairs of Jordans. I was like, I thought that was pretty good.
I mean, that's the thing. You got to like the shoes in our culture mean so much more than just shoes. It's a
Because they
symbol.
didn't let us have shoes back in the day.
What that nigga said, but for real though. It's a symbol of it's a symbol of success. It's a symbol of just it's a symbol of fashion, which holds a big weight in the black community.
Sure.
Like, your shoes and you develop a shoe habit from not getting them growing up. Like,
Sure.
the reason why I love Jordan so much is because my mother wouldn't buy them for me. She couldn't afford to buy them for me.
Yeah.
So once you get in a position to be able to spend money on anything, then one of the first things that all black men are going to pay for is shoes.
Is
That's
shoes.
what's going to happen.
Do you think that's a good investment for you?
No, I mean, if you're talking about investments, you're speaking
Hold
from
on.
a perspective of having an understanding or just having financial literacy, and which is something
Bro.
that we're not taught. So of course not, it's not a good investment. But nowadays it is though.
Here's the thing. Well, nowadays it's because you can flip me. You can
Yeah,
make money on
exactly.
shoes. We're just joined by Akaash. Akaash, see if you can slide back so you don't block the camera view right there. So we
What's
were
up,
talking about
man?
that on a past episode that like nobody learns about financial literacy. Like we learn about Shakespeare in school. We don't learn how to
Fuck
save money at all.
Shakespeare.
Fuck. That's what I'm saying. Fuck Shakespeare. So it's like, so this idea of financial literacy, I'm a big fan of, because I don't think that you can just spread the wealth and not teach people what to do with it.
Yeah, you
Right.
good with money. This dude's so good with money.
How you
I thought
figure?
He was Jewish.
He's not.
He not. He
Your
told
last
me
name
he
is
was-
Schultz.
I got
Are you
you.
German? Well,
Prussian.
that's your brother, right? Those boots, yeah, those are definitely.
You
Those
think
are the
those are
concentration
German?
camps.
The concentration camp ones?
Those are definitely the concentration
Hey,
camp
also,
ones.
brother look like he could be like Shawn Michaels' tag team partner.
Yeah, nah, he looked like Dirk Nowitzki.
He gets the Dirk a lot.
He does look a little like
What's
Dirk
it called?
Nowitzki.
So Akaash is here.
Huh? The
People
court,
say
you get
that in the court,
That's what
yeah.
it is. Which
So-
court? The basketball court or regular? Oh, okay, I got you, bro.
So Akaash is here. Akaash is late because why?
I got
Akaash?
stuck on a train
Why?
for an hour because someone got hit by a train at Canal Street. Someone got hit by a train and then they just stopped all trains. We're
Hit and
underground.
killed. They were killed.
I assume. I didn't really
Man,
ask.
I don't know motherfuckers who get hit by trains and make it, but
I don't want to see anybody who gets hit by a train to make it. I don't.
You ever
that-
think
First
about
of
that?
all-
Like, what would you do? Would you duck? Like, let's say you're in the tracks for whatever reason. Somebody pushes you in.
You gotta
Would
lay down.
dive in, would you lay down
You
and go
gotta.
in between? You
Boy, you
think?
watch too many fucking movies,
No,
man.
see,
Nah, there's a story. There's
you
a
don't
real
think
story.
about that? Yo, when you
No.
grew up here in New York, this is real shit. When you grew up in here in New York, there are two things I always think about. One, when I'm on the train, every time I go on the train, I think someone's going to push me in, so I have a stance ready for it.
Okay.
I
And
saw
then
you tweeting about that.
it is 100% serious.
You gotta lock your legs.
I
or some
lock
shit?
my leg. I put all my weight on the outside foot. I look around me. And yeah, you just look for like a lot of uneasiness.
Yeah.
And then the other one is when I'm on the street, I just assume someone's going to push me in traffic.
Yo,
That's
this is
part
a
of it.
real story though. Some homeless dude saved a little girl who fell under the train tracks.
Oh.
And he laid down into the space and the train passed over him.
But he put the girl on top of him, huh?
No,
As a pillow.
I think he was on top.
That's
which might be a
fucking
little bit even
crazy.
creepier.
Yeah, I
Because,
mean,
but that's the good thing about living in today's world, though. We have so much technology.
Mm-hmm.
You could easily find a Yahoo group of people who have been hit by trains and find real love. Like, it's not the end of the fucking world.
hey, listen,
if you
man.
survive,
Back all scarred up and shit, but they're together
You
forever.
know what? Listen, no. Do you know what a fucking train will do to a human body, man? You can't. Like, I don't even.
do you
it's certain
what if you want to
injuries-
Google
What-
people who have been hit by train? I bet you they have a support group and they date. But probably got an app.
But you're right. But
Meet
the thing
bitches who
is,
got hit by
but it's certain
trains.
injuries. It's certain injuries that, in my perspective, it's certain injuries that if I catch an injury like that, I just would hope that the higher power loves me enough. Just go ahead, let me come on home. I'm not trying to be one of those
You'll see.
people that's.
What if your
just-
girl got hit by a train?
If my girl.
Patrice O'Neal had this great joke about
Yeah,
it.
Patrice. Yeah, that was
So,
one of the greatest jokes
It was
ever.
unbelievable. It's from his HBO half-hour special. But what could you put up? And it's essentially, he talks about, what happened if your girl got hit by a train, she lost her pussy. Like,
right.
how would you keep your man to women?
Right.
But I want to know what you could put up with. Like, what could you put up with your girl missing? When would you
Missing?
have to leave her?
Shit, a tooth. That's it. That's it. And it's got to be a tooth in the back. That's it. You got to have every fucking thing.
What about a finger?
No.
What about pinky?
Oh yeah.
Fuck
You can
no.
lose. You can lose a. It's certain. Like you can't lose a nose.
No, because she
No,
gonna have
yeah,
to grab
no.
your dick.
You can't-
she
you
gotta
can't-
grab. She
Yeah, but
grab
now your dick look huge.
And then it's like these are missing. Like
No. If you
Yeah.
lose the pinky, your dick looks gigantic.
nah.
Like no, like you can't. There's
She gotta have
vital
all
stuff
those
like an ear, a nose, like
Anything
a
your
top
boys
lip.
can see.
Huh?
Anything your boys can see.
Not even your
They'll
fuck
see
my
a
boys.
finger.
I'm talking about me having to wake up in the morning and turn around and it's a noseless motherfucker
But see,
staring me in my
this
face.
the- this the catch
like, I can
22
see
of that
your
shit.
throat through your face. Like
That's
that's
the catch.
it's just for nightmares.
So
like
you're
it just
not
would be
dating
too
Red
dim-
Skull. You won't
But
do
see,
that.
look,
No, you can't.
You know,
yeah,
us as
fucking
men,
Captain
we
America.
think that whatever the fuck she got going on is gonna make the pussy better. So it's like, damn, that bitch missing her ear. But the pussy wet as fuck. It's like,
no, I've never thought that in my Wait, hold on.
Pussy wet. I don't know.
Yeah.
You think whatever a girl's missing is going to make her
gotta
that much
compensate.
better?
Yeah, I think so.
She
You gotta
gotta-
compensate.
I think when
Like, if
people
you
are
go blind,
deaf,
you can hear
yeah,
better.
you can, yeah,
Listen,
you can see
if
better.
there's any ladies out here that missing the ear with wet pussy, please write in so we can, you know.
No, just fuck Carlos and let him tell us how it is.
Yeah,
You got a
exactly.
different audience.
Yeah.
If you have survived a tragic
Look how well
accident,
trained these guys are, looking
Yes.
straight in the
Shit,
camera when they're
exactly.
giving their
holla at me.
PSAs.
I don't want to fuck you. I just want to go out on a date with a chick who's missing something, just to prove to my friends that this shit is, you can still
Carlos.
be normal.
What about a fact check? Have you ever done?
Yes.
Of course,
That
yeah.
shit
That's
is
the same
fun.
thing.
Of
It's
course.
fun because fat bitches always happy.
Yeah, but they're missing metabolism.
No, they're not. They have great
No, they're not. They have great metabolism. They just have, strong
What do you mean they have great
guillotines.
metabolism?
I don't even know if a guillotine is a part of
Metabolism
the
is
human
digesting
body.
shit.
No, that's what you cut off heads with.
Tell them, Mark.
Oh, that's the guillotine is what you cut a head off with?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know,
What you
Carlos
think of
low-key
guilty?
knows everything.
Huh?
I know. This is one of those like what is it? Idiot savants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Brilliant idiot.
I'm not even here.
Yeah,
No, I mean, yeah, it's
Bro,
just-
I saw this thing that you posted on. First of all, what was it? On your high school yearbook?
Yeah.
You played water polo. You're not even black.
We don't even have a polo team.
Oh, that was fake.
Yes.
Oh, I
It
believed
made
all
it
the
to
other
the fucking
shit.
yearbook.
Oh,
I made
fuck.
history. That's gonna be there forever.
Bro, I was
My
about to
lives
say.
live
I was
forever.
like, he's been lying to us this whole time. This guy
Yeah.
grew up in pools and shit
Grew
like
up
that.
in Mississippi. There's no fucking water polo team in
river water
Oxford,
polo.
Let me
Mississippi.
address this because this is a big lie. It's a huge
Please,
lie.
dude, it changed my whole life about you. I was like, water
What?
polo. What else? Do you have a horse?
Not only did I just lie in the yearbook,
Mm-hmm.
I put 1, 2, 3, and 4 to make people think that I did this shit all through high school.
I saw a 5.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, nobody checks this shit.
Uh-huh.
I could have put Pimp of the Year if I fucking wanted to, but I wasn't thinking about my future.
Yeah.
But water polo seems to be like a solid choice, so I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
People were like, "Lo, I can't fucking swim." Do you get the irony of this shit?
You know how good you got to be at water polo?
That's a joke that I told fucking 16 years ago, and now the punchline finally hits the way I want it to.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well,
This is the
hey.
long play.
Like, listen, I didn't know what a guillotine was, but I definitely don't know what water
I
polo
can
is.
tell
So,
you, man.
what is water polo? Like, how do you play that?
It's just like soccer, but you swim.
Yeah, exactly.
Soccer, but you swim and you throw it instead of kick it.
balls
Yeah,
at
that's a
people.
melaninous. You don't
Activity?
have no
That's a melanless activity?
Yeah. You know,
Melaninless
White people
nobody
get
with
scholarships to
melanin.
go to college off that shit, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, this
Lacrosse.
been a long time coming. Like for the last year, people been like, "Man, you gotta go fuck with the brilliant idiots. You gotta do." The
Man, I've been
podcast."
trying to get you on this podcast for a
man,
while.
Yeah,
No.
people
We
always.
had
been
Chico
telling him.
on twice.
No,
We had
once.
we had oh, that's right. We
That
only
was
had
just a
you on
live
once.
show, but
Yeah.
people loved it though. People was like, "Yo,
Oh, dude,
man,
it
we've
was so
been
much
waiting to
fun.
see you on there and everything." People enjoyed your live show, so it feels good to be able to come into the the first
No, I'm
Sex in the
great.
City
I gotta
apartment
ask you
and
this shit,
do a
Sean.
show.
Talk to me.
Have you ever shaved with a bevel?
However, yes, I have.
I don't believe that.
I swear to
shit.
God on my life.
Cool.
And the after cream. Why have you used it?
I haven't. I'm a black
Damn.
man.
I
don't
have.
shave.
Water polo.
I don't shave.
Don't use bevel.
I don't
I've
shave.
had-
Drink
I go to
Pepsi.
the barber.
Jesus, Carlos.
I don't drink
What a
Pepsi.
sellout, bro. I
I
can't
don't
deal
drink
with this.
Pepsi, but any one of those Kardashian girls can suck my dick, except Bruce.
Why not Bruce? Bruce probably the best at it.
Nah,
Get the
man.
fuck
No,
out of here,
hold up,
Sean.
hold up. We just talked about what your deficiency is. Makes you better in the other places. You
Having
just
a
said
dick
if
is
girl-
not a deficiency.
I'm just saying, bro.
That doesn't count.
Bruce got the wettest
Yeah,
mouth.
but he had
Bruce got the wettest
he don't
mouth.
had a dick. He had a dick removed.
No,
He didn't have his
Think
dick
about how-
removed.
Still have a
He
dick?
still has his.
So you got a gold medal dick.
No, you're not about to sell
You
me
about
this
to have a
shit.
gold
I don't
medal
want-
mouth.
I don't want
You're not
this
about to
shit at
sell.
all.
Listen,
Bro.
there's no way I could be getting my
No.
dick sucked by
He's
somebody
competitive, dog.
whose
He wants
dick
to
is
be the
hard while they
best.
doing it.
TikTok.
No.
No way. I'm sorry.
He wants to be
Bro,
the best
it's
at
only
whatever he
supposed to
does.
be one dick in the room
Exactly.
at a time.
Okay.
Like, it's the
Fair.
Once it's one dick in the house, it's enough dick for the whole house.
All
It
I'm
ain't-
saying,
you
by
never
your-
need two dicks for anything.
But your theory is whatever your deficiency
No,
is makes you
that's
that
not my
much
theory.
better.
That's
You just
your
brought
theory.
it up.
Nope.
I said I don't believe in
No,
it.
you and
That
you're
was a
talking.
I said I
standalone
don't
joke.
believe in
You
it.
could have left that alone and moved.
No, we're
along.
bringing it back
Now
here.
you want me to fucking no.
And he said missing something.
Nope.
Bruce isn't missing shit.
That
He
motherfucker
put
got
some
extra
titties on.
parts.
Nah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
got extra, but he didn't.
He
He,
does
didn't
have
remove
extra.
anything. He just added some
Okay,
shit.
here's a question. Would you ever watch trans porn?
No.
No.
Why? It's more titties.
How would you feel if
You
porn
are
you had
fucking
seen?
weird.
No,
man.
think about it.
No, I'm not gonna think
just
about
think
it.
about it. No.
It's not
Just think
titties.
about it.
Those are balls.
You got a guy. Hold on. But when you watch regular porn, it's with a guy and a girl. Now you're watching.
Who said that?
Wait, you watched girl? That's for
I
girls.
just watch a bunch of pussies.
That's what?
Yes.
Oh, that's gay. That's the gayest shit I ever heard. You don't watch a dude fuck a girl in it?
Nah.
That's weird. I'm just saying, if you watch a trans person, right? If you watch a dude with tits fuck a girl, that's just two more
I
tits,
think
same amount of dick.
The weirdest porn that I watch is like some dyke
Bro,
porn.
it's
I'll watch a dyke fuck a bitch, but I don't want to see like.
What? What did you say, brother? What did you say? I missed what he said. A train is pussy. I'm missing what he said.
I have no clue. He says, but Greg just says random shit all the time.
What the fuck is wrong with that dude, man?
He's out of here. Greg is wild. All right,
I didn't know he had a brother that was special needs. Radio yelling out shit. Over
Exactly. He worked the cameras.
No, it's not.
Okay, so
Go to ball.
Wait, let me ask you this though. You find out that porn you have watched and enjoyed a lot was two trans women. Used to be dudes.
I'm gonna write the company and sue him.
for what? False advertisement?
False advertisement.
Yeah.
PTSD?
Yeah. Post-traumatic
Emotional
stress.
distress. I have been depressed ever since I found that shit up.
That's just
Well, let me
tough.
stop saying that because it's gonna when the people hear it, it's gonna sound
It's gonna sound like you're.
No, it
pregnant.
doesn't.
And if they just tuned in, they're gonna think that it actually happened. It really didn't. So.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not tuning in
And actually,
halfway.
my favorite porn now, I
Yeah.
don't even like professional.
Me
porn
neither.
that
I
was
like
produced at a studio.
I like the shit that was
shit that was
recorded
shot
off
on
an
iPhone,
iPhone.
bro.
Really?
Or like cam girl shit,
Hey.
like
Organic.
regular chicks
Yeah,
who,
yeah.
like bad in the club, but they need an extra couple dollars, so they do like cam shows on the side.
Love it,
And just,
yeah.
like masturbate.
Because you believe in it.
I believe it. It's believable.
Sure. And Akaash, like, do you guys ever type the word ebony in when you like? That's the only time you ever use that word is when
Ebony.
you're searching porn.
Well, I don't think
Like,
I've ever
nobody-
used the word ebony.
when have you ever
Type-
used ebony?
The only
ever?
time I've ever even thought of the word ebony is the magazine.
Yeah, my
Oh,
favorite
really?
magazine, by the way.
Well, nah.
Ebony's your favorite magazine.
It's the only magazine I subscribe to.
Shut the fuck up, man. It's so
Yeah.
Ebony and Water Polo Weekly are the only magazines that I'm into.
You see this shit?
Do you watch black porn? Do you-
Yeah, of course. I
Do you?
just started dating
Nah.
white girls.
You don't watch
Really?
black?
This is
I don't
new.
know.
Hold
on
on,
me.
we gotta talk
Oh,
about
tell me.
this
You don't watch porn, Akaash?
Not really, no.
shit.
What do
I
you do?
have.
Really religious.
Like,
I have.
what do you jerk off to the memory? Like, what do you?
Yeah, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Akash
Stuff
just
like that,
I
like,
just
you
started
resourceful.
fucking. This
You
is
gotta
new
be
for
resourceful.
Akash.
Yeah, I'm a real religious dude.
Hold up.
Religious? What's your religion?
Wait.
I'm
Chico.
Hindu. Okay.
This dude right here said he just started dating white girls.
Just as in when?
I
Yo, I
just
think
had my
that's-
first white girl in ever. The last girl I dated, yeah.
And ever.
Ever
Yeah.
in your
I've
life?
slept with white girls my whole life, but
Okay,
actually
yeah.
like had a white girlfriend.
A white girl. So you've
Yeah.
always dated had been in relationships with black women.
Black, Asian, Latina, just
Oh,
different
okay,
type. But it just
okay.
so happened that I never. Oh no, I did one white girl when I was in when I lived in Spain. But there's just not a lot of black people or like other
People,
colored people in Spain. But
Colored people. I'll
yeah.
fucking stab you.
other
with a pen.
colored people, not colored people. But
Other colors of people.
other colored people, yeah. So but yeah, so it was a new thing. But I never really thought about it like that. It never really like
didn't?
no, because I slept with white girls my whole life. So it wasn't like I'm choosing not white girls. It just so happened the girls I ended up in relationships.
It
with
just so
were-
happens that other races of women like you. So
exactly white girls hate me.
Why?
I
Opinionated.
think it's because I love my
Yeah.
sneakers too much.
really,
They don't appreciate my sneakers enough.
No, I really do think you're too opinionated.
For white women.
Yeah,
Really
I would think so. Yeah.
interesting. No. I honestly, I've gotten along with white girls. The only reason it came to my mind was recently when I got this alt-right Andy shit that the people kept on saying, and then I like dawned on me. I was like, I've never in my life have heard this. And then someone was like, "Well, what about the girls that you date?" And I was like, I don't. Oh, yeah, I just started dating white girls.
Enlighten me. What is alt right?
Oh, there was this like stupid hashtag that people were saying because my opinions out here, like I have
they're
some
very
strong opinions.
Yeah, very
You know,
strong.
And I
heard you
stand
say some outlandish shit.
I stand by them unless I'm proved otherwise, and then I'll absolutely admit I'm wrong. But
No, I didn't fuck it.
anyway, point was it was surprising to me that I could be,
Oh, there it is.
I guess,
I'm
thought of
fucking
like
with
that. Anyway,
The
are we gonna
brilliant
break out
idiots?
in song? We're gonna break out in song.
No, we're not.
I listened to
These motherfuckers are so nice. We're at the Wildin' Out workshops right now,
Akash's been talking you guys up. He
and
says
it's
you guys are
just
brilliant.
on break.
We're working on season 9, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
another
season
one.
9
Yeah.
Well, it's season 5 for us, but season 9
of the
total.
whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what's the deal? Can we talk about it or no?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I want you guys to keep it real. I don't know if that's going to happen if we talk on air about it.
We'll have to come back.
All right, so we'll come back on air. We'll come back. Have
but
you guys
just
seen
know that we back for season 9, big MTV. The expectations are crazy. We're actually going to record the show on Broadway.
That's what's up.
Yeah, which is great. You know what I mean? It's it's for us. I know for us it's a little different process because this is our 5th season going into it, and we started when it came back at the inception of them bringing it back. So the process has been, we came in. I know for me and Karlos, we came in with nothing, no YouTube following, no just 2 stand-up comics who auditioned and made the show. So everything that we've created from Wildin' Out has been, based off of the hard work that we've put in on the show. And now being like kind of looked at as those veteran guys, you still have to have that same passion that you had coming in because it's always somebody else who is you when we started. You know what I mean?
They want to get your
shit.
shit.
Yeah, so you have to keep yourself abreast of that and be able to continue.
I've always
to
wanted to ask you
reinvent.
guys, do you fuck the Wildin' Out girls?
No, I don't.
You're not alled to do that.
Who said that? Who said you're not allowed?
You allowed to do whatever you want.
You try.
I
it's
personally
just that,
don't.
man, it's
no.
like I don't want to speak for the group, but I know personally for me and this guy, it's like when we going on set, we have so much shit to do.
Right.
Yeah.
We shoot at least 2 episodes a day.
Yeah.
When the fuck do you have time to be like, hey, I'm a great guy. Give me some pussy.
Not during it,
No,
but
I'm just
afterwards.
saying,
Even afterwards, it's like people don't. A lot of people don't know the intricate aspects that go into shooting that specific show. It's really detailed. And things change immediately. A lot of people think that people ask me all the time, do y'all really be making this shit up on? Yes. Because we'll come in and we'll okay, we're going to play these 3 games. And then an hour before we shoot, they change all of the games. So we have to do everything over again. So it's like, you don't really have time to be worried about these girls who ain't worried about you.
Y'all might not, but mad people try to fuck the Wildin' Out.
I mean,
I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it.
I'm not
speak for yourselves.
From our perspective.
They're working on freestyle battles. The other girls trying to
They
finger fuck
focus,
the
for
Wildin'
real.
Out.
Yeah,
I see
exactly.
personally, I've never been more confident I couldn't fuck girls in my life than the Wildin' Out girls. I didn't even bother talking to them. So, but I never really saw them. But yeah,
most of those
girls
girls
trying to fuck the Wildin' Out.
they get most of their income off being pretty. So it's not like it's not just like this is the chick who's the cashier at the Starbucks. Like she knows she bad.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's a whole different approach.
And
these are not the girls who just like pretty girls locally. These are the chicks that your favorite singers and rappers and shit.
It's kind of like high
it's
school.
like Dubai type chicks.
I attribute it to high school. When we first came in, we would, they treated us like, oh, you guys are so cool, and we'll interact with them. But then when the seniors come, which means the rich motherfuckers who come be the team captains, we don't exist no more. So if you experience that one time being the type of dudes that we are, like I value myself, and I know this dude value himself way too much to get. Bitch, you not greater than me just because you look good, and that's not all. No disrespect to the Wildin' Out girls, because you know what I mean, but I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to be at your mercy just because you look a certain way. I'm here to work.
Yeah, but
These
her
girls
reproductive value is higher than yours because she looks good.
I mean,
until you're more successful than she is hot, and then your reproductive value.
Of course, exactly. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So
that's a great way to put it.
That's the truth. And
you know what? To be honest, it's kind of good that it works that way. I know it's fucked up in the beginning. It's annoying for us, but
doesn't bother me at all.
That's why we have Facebook. That's why we have fucking electricity. That's why we have all these things, is because we're trying to get laid.
I'll just wait them out. I'll just fuck them when they become single moms.
That's your go-to.
I'll get some season.
Yeah, right now.
And that's the thing. This is how pussies in 4 years, right? And that's the thing. Like
4 more years.
these are girls that people see on TV, but it's a lot of beautiful women in the world.
Yeah, true.
And it's a lot of beautiful women who watch Wildin' Out.
Bro, we just saw the baddest fucking security guard lady at the hotel.
Yep,
she was fucking shit.
Security
big ass
guard
titties, a fat ass, little waist, nice skin, long ass hair, little Spanish lady. Like,
and
what
she's
the
a security
fuck are
guard.
you doing working security? She's like, I like this job. You don't? I was like, bitch,
Her, y'all can fuck. Y'all can fuck her.
You could definitely
You can fuck the security
lady.
guard? That's
Yeah,
what you
most
got?
definitely.
Listen,
Hell yeah.
and we can fuck the wildin' out girls too, but we just don't have time to put the effort in.
Chico's fighting for his dick right now.
To
Let me
make-
be honest.
I can fuck more
Think about this.
security guards.
Let's put. Hold on. Let's pull it.
Listen to all the security guards. We definitely fucking y'all. The security, all the badass,
Oh,
the
man.
bad, beautiful security guards. Me and
Catching
Carlos,
it.
is
We
who
on
you
y'all
need to
ass.
holler at. We on y'all ass. I
We
don't give a
on
fuck.
y'all ass.
Macy's, wherever you work at. If you got,
Oh,
you know-
bitches with regular jobs. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yes.
man. We
Let's
love-
put-
I
that's
got your
us.
whole check right now.
Let's put Wildin' Out girls like level of hotness into perspective.
Mhm.
These are the girls who had to fuck Nick Cannon to maybe get the job.
No,
Think about who they're
Really?
fucking.
No, check this out.
Nick
These are
fucked
the
all of
wildin'-
them?
the
I
wildin'
don't know.
out-
I
It's,
wouldn't-
The
it's
girls
funny
that
to
you
say
think
though.
are pretty, the girls that you think are pretty,
Yeah.
think the wildin' out girls are pretty. Like,
That's
these are girls that are pretty, the pretty girls.
Yeah.
That's a way of wording it that won't get you
But
fired.
they need dick
Yeah,
too.
no, these are girls that now Instagram, being an Instagram model is a profession.
It's
It's
a
a real
job.
live job profession. So you have, just like in every profession, you have the people who are the tastemakers of that profession.
Yeah.
And you have the people who are trying to aspire to become a tastemaker.
Right.
So the Wildin' Out girls are the tastemakers of the Instagram models and all of those
Okay.
type of women.
You
They
ever
sell the
think
best fit
bottle,
teas.
the bottle girls.
Only the finest protein shakes.
The bottle girls, the teeth whitening kits, like
Right.
those are the girls that are the flat tummy tea sellers and all of that. They're the NBA of Instagram
Okay,
models.
don't you think that Instagram has killed the Hooters waitress?
Oh God.
What the fuck is that? The Hooters,
Like-
Hooters should have been shut down.
But back in
They,
the day,
they made
Hooters,
us believe that you're gonna go to Hooters and eat good food and see
see
some big
titties.
titties. I've never seen a Hooters waitress with big
because
titties.
Instagram, they're on Instagram now. Before Instagram, these girls had to work at regular jobs. They had to
Can
work
I
at
give
places.
a shout out? Y'all got a huge audience.
Yeah.
Much love to all the ladies who got big titties that you grew up with. Not titties that you bought, not titties that you had to do nothing. I'm talking about
Homegrown.
You've been having
Fed.
big inconvenient titties your whole life. Like
We've been talking about that a lot too, man. We went
women
to,
with asses
we went
that
to
they
a,
got from Jesus.
We went to women with asses that they got from Jesus. We gonna start that movement, but we went to a club, some club. I don't remember what the name of it was, but it was so many plastic asses in there. Like I mean, it just bitches was in there built like the ants from Bugs Life. It was crazy, and it was just like it's like, how do you even aspire to be that if you're a regular woman? Like, how do you aspire to look and say, hey, I
want
gotta
a big
fly to the
fake ass.
Dominican Republic or fucking Colombia and get my ass filled with memory foam just so I could,
That shit looks-
get
Can you
extra
blame them?
likes.
That shit look
I don't
painful as
blame 'em.
fuck.
I don't blame them. Do your thing, but at
I
the
blame
same
them.
time,
You don't need no big ass.
Well, here's the thing. They don't need it, but they're competing against each other. Like, there was that.
Where's the trophy? They keep talking about this big
You.
competition. No,
No,
man's
we're not the
doing
trophy.
That shit for me.
Exactly.
You're crazy.
You
And that's
crazy
the
as
thing.
fuck.
You crazy.
I
Of
personally
course
look at
they're
it like
doing
it looks good now, but there is no test study on what the fuck that shit is gonna look like in 10 years.
Sure.
Like, your ass is beautiful now within the first 2 years, but in 10 years, your shit might drop like a fucking mixtape. Now you need a bra for your ass and your titties. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so that level of you think about it, like that level of trying to be beautiful in the
I'm with you.
moment doesn't really count in the
I'm
long
tired of all
run.
this fake
I'm with
ass
you.
shit.
I'm with you. I agree. I prefer natural, but I don't blame girls that do it. Like, did you guys see that Kendrick Lamar Humble video?
Yeah, it's
And he
dope.
was getting a lot of shit for saying he liked a natural women. And I'm totally supportive of him because I like a natural girl. Now,
Right.
that being said, if we're out here bragging about the money that we have, which he does in like the first verse, you can't be upset if women are trying to use filters for their asses, right? Because we're all trying to boost our value.
But that's
He's
the thing.
doing it through showcasing his money.
Right.
She's doing it through using Instagram to take away
But
some
look
stretch
at
marks from her
there
ass.
is no
Yeah.
process for a man to be able to attain the things that we have to have.
We can't buy money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't go out
I
and
want
purchase.
that on a t-shirt.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't go out and purchase the things that make us, attractive to
I
women in
can't
that
buy
regard.
commas for
Yeah,
my
exactly.
baby.
You can't go out. I can't go out one day and not have any money
Yeah, yeah.
and go see somebody, and the next day have a bunch of cash and not have to worry about going to fuck to jail for the rest of my life.
Actually, check this. We can't buy money, but we can go to places that are way poorer. Like, we can go to the DR and live like kings, for a weekend. That's
definitely-
essentially
we're going in
buying
May
money.
to do just that.
You're lying.
We're going at the end of May just so we can feel
we-
successful.
So that's like having a fake ass.
For a
No, it's
weekend,
not.
though.
For a weekend, you get a
weekend.
weekend fake
the
ass.
equivalent to it's like that's like being able to go in the house and hang your fucking muscles up in the closet. Like there is no physical
You
act
get
thing.
muscles for a weekend in DR.
No, you don't.
They
no, you
love
don't.
your body
no,
for a
you don't.
weekend.
All that works in the DR is just that your American dollar is
That's it.
stretched a whole lot further. Like you can get like for what it costs to get a bad bitch in America, you can get for like a
That's my
fucking
point.
Five Guys meal
Equate
in the
money
Dominican
to
Republic.
ass.
But see,
Right?
that's
Your
the
money,
thing, though.
you have a
It don't
fake-
matter.
About what
It's
you-
not matter how much money you spend in America. Like you say, you got to have the money to play.
Right.
You go to a third world country, even though the money is, you know what I mean, it's more value to them. You still got to have money at
To
the
get
fucking
there.
end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
And
gotta
you
buy
gotta buy
the
plane
money you
ticket.
spent to get over there, the hotel room, and then you got to negotiate a price with this bitch. Come on.
Wait, so y'all going to DR to fuck hookers?
No, we're going to do a show, but
We're in New York. Why would we go to the DR to fuck?
That's what I was
hookers?
gonna say.
I don't
that
know. A
seems-
lot of people go to DR. And apparently over there, it's not like really hookers. It's just like you give them $40.
I would never.
It's not like
I would
hookers.
never
It's just
have
like
sex with
go
a-
home. Like
I don't think I would ever feel comfortable paying $40 for some
nah.
pussy.
you've never
Like,
had sex with a hooker.
Hell no.
No.
Oh, guys.
All the pussy I ever had in my life was free.
Well,
For the most part.
I've never had no
Bartered.
free pussy.
Yeah.
It was bartered.
Yeah,
It
nah,
was
nah.
prepaid.
I have.
It was prepaid.
You're still paying for your kid right now.
You listen, I've never had no free pussy. Time is money, and I've always given my time up.
If you put it like that,
You know what I mean?
Okay, let me say it. Let me say it
I've never
better.
got no free
paid
pussy.
the
I've
biggest
never paid
price.
for no
I've paid-
pussy hand over fist.
I've never monetarily, I've never given it like,
here's
here
the
you go,
money
baby.
for that
Here
pussy.
go
I've never done
$50
that.
for the pussy.
I've
No.
never done that.
No, you did it like merchants did it back in the day. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
here's a chicken,
Barter,
give me
yeah.
some silk.
Here's some Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? Here's some Applebee's and a ride home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit that you
Including the ride home in the budget.
You know what I mean? You gotta,
fucking said
hey
some
man, it's
silk.
like you gotta do it like you're doing your taxes. You gotta
Here's
write that shit the fuck off.
W2.
Man,
I need a W2 for
I
tonight.
was like 9 yards of pussy and 4 square feet of silk fabric. You want the pussy and the fabric? Yes, I would like some pussy fabric. I'm gonna start asking bitches for that. Hey, can I get some pussy fabric? What is that?
So you thought it was unfair, the whole shit that Kendrick was getting, girls were coming
No.
at Kendrick about
No,
it.
I think that Kendrick Lamar spoke a real line right there. Because I don't know how to speak for everybody, but I'm just speaking for me personally. I'm from the projects. I'm a
Me
black
too.
man. In
Yeah, me
America.
too.
Yeah.
Like
Me too.
most of the
Yeah.
Chico
I'm completely lying.
Chico can vouch for this. It's like most of the women that we grew up finding attractive, we didn't. It wasn't that Instagram
Didn't
shit
exist.
is new. Like
Yeah.
those bitches, they ain't never looked like that in their life. Nobody
Right.
in their fucking family looked like that. You gonna wait till Mother's Day? Wait till you see what these fucking mothers look like.
Wait,
So it's
why?
like-
What do you mean?
Yeah,
about
wait
that?
till you see these fucking lunch lady ass mothers again. You mean to tell me that this bitch and that drunk alcoholic motherfucker made this beautiful bitch with the perfect body, the perfect teeth? This bitch got white eyes. She don't have no scratches on her legs. Like, I like real shit. So the stretch marks on the ass, that is the real test to let you know that ass been fat. She ain't had no work done. We like to see
Yeah,
it.
it was even fatter at
It
one
was
point in
fatter.
time. Yeah,
it was fat.
it lost
Right.
fatness.
Bro, that shit is sexy, man.
It's
Like
sexy.
some imperfections is just gonna be sexy to certain demographics of people.
And it
I'm the
scared me,
project
like,
ass
I-
nigga. I like shit like stretch marks and bow legs, bitches with big ass lips.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah, I like
Man.
shit like that.
Like that's the thing. Like it's, I think I would fuck it up fucking with one of them women that had all that work done. Because if you ain't got no marks on your body,
You're
Bitch,
good.
what? I don't want a perfect bitch.
exactly,
I'm not
you ain't
perfect.
never like it. Don't look like bitch. You ain't never fell down, skinched your knee,
You
nothing.
never got bit by nothing.
Nothing, mosquito bite. You ain't never had a chicken pox. Like, how the fuck is your shit so
You
smooth?
beautiful,
Bitch, you
bitch.
like an H&M mannequin. Like, how the fuck is your skin? Like, it's just, I would fuck it up asking too many questions because I'm used to seeing women who have stretch marks. And
Yeah.
that shit is beautiful. Like, and the thing is,
It's
don't
life
none of that
experience.
shit, don't none of the things that, none of the enhancements like that women get make the pussy any different than it was before you got it. Like it's just all it's like a extra assessment of what I got to deal with now. Like now I got to think about, oh, this bitch, I wonder how many, and I wonder if it fuck all that. Like you don't even want to have to go through that mentality as a man. You just, if preferably, you want to just be able to look at a woman and say, this is who she is. Now I get to deal with and learn who she really is. if I see you and you got a whole bunch of work, that mean I got to learn this bitch, and then maybe I'll find out who you were for real. Like that's two different. That's too much work.
Because she's created a new version of herself.
Your hair don't look like that.
And it's a reason
your eyes
why.
are not that color. Your skin is
There's
not
a reason
that
why
skin.
she's
reason why
covering
you
it up.
did.
Them are not your titties.
So now I have to
You had
deal
lipo.
with.
Your ass is fake.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly.
What's up?
I have
No, but
to
I understand
learn.
you're saying it's like you've created a new personality with this new person. So it's hard for you to actually attach yourself to the real person that she is.
Yeah, because you don't know
the
that
real
person
her.
doesn't
Yeah.
exist. You don't
Okay.
see that until you know what I mean, go to the house and then see the pictures from when she was in high school. Be like, okay, who's she?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know who this person is.
Yeah.
I know what you were trying to do when you created this, but
Yeah.
why did you not want to be her anymore?
Yeah.
Like that's an issue for him. That's something that a man has to deal with when
Yeah.
you're dealing with a woman.
Now, what about like tattoos on girls? I know you have tattoos.
Yeah, that's fine.
So tattoos on girls,
Tattoos
it's
is-
still aesthetically changing you, but it's not changing
That's
the
easy to
actual
explain.
physicality
Yeah, that's
of
easy
yourself.
to explain. Those
Sometimes I
have,
do
I always
question the
say-
tattoos though. I'm like, bitch, you like butterflies that much? Really?
I mean, but
with a fucking lollipop and candy tattooed all up and down this arm.
But that's the thing. You can attribute that to just being young and making decisions and saying, I'm 16 now, I'm gonna get a tattoo. But
Right.
like getting a whole ass, like
whole
getting a
ass.
whole ass.
Both cheeks.
Like at what time do you make that decision? Like at what point does it hit you? Like, you know what? I think I need a new ass. Like to even think that's something that's crazy.
That's
like
some
me.
deeply rooted shit.
Exactly. That's like us sitting here as men saying, you know what, bro? I think I'm gonna add like 6-7 inches to my dick, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get that dick enhancement. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Whatever is making me say that is some deep rooted shit. Like I have been through life with whatever my dick is.
You ain't never been happy with it.
Exactly. I've never been happy with who I am. My dick has never been big enough for me to be confident to where I say, you know what? I'm tired of this fucking shit. I'm fitting to go get the extended dick. I'm going to do that today. Like, so that shit is deeply rooted. Like, I don't think a lot of dudes think about that because all we want to do is fuck. Like, I think a women really be believing that men like them when they meet you. There's no such thing as a man who's ever seen a woman and said, hey, bro, look at that. I bet she can hold a hell of a conversation.
Yeah.
Never. We all want to fuck.
Yeah,
That's
they be like, you know, a nigga don't never see a woman and be like, man, I just want to be this bitch friend.
ever.
She's so
No,
cool.
we do that, but they're just ugly.
I ain't never.
That's the only
But I
time
don't
that
see
that
her and say I
Never-
want to be her friend.
Nah.
Oh,
I
you-
see her
you're
and
like,
say she's probably cool because she's so unattractive. She had to be.
she
cool.
has to be cool about it.
Yeah.
Fucking, but I understand
But see,
it's
y'all
weird.
fucked up because you don't even understand. You said she had to be unattractive, and you said she had to be
If
unattractive.
a girl's
develop a
beautiful and
personality.
cool, I want to marry her.
all of them.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
fucking
saying. If a
You want to
crazy,
marry all
Akaash.
the beautiful women?
If I'm attracted to you and you're cool, then it's not even just I want to be friends with her. It's more than that. That's my point.
Crazy.
At what point? At like
No,
that's
they-
the
you
thing.
don't-
At what
initially
point?
it's all
though?
physical.
You go,
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
never
I'm trying
know
to
deny
if I
that.
liked you until I fucked.
Exactly.
But that's
you
not
took
my
the words
fault.
right out of my mouth.
It's not my fault.
Whose
It's
fault
Men
is it?
don't.
it's literally evolution's fault.
Oh, I was waiting on that one.
No, for real,
Keep
because
going.
it's
I
like-
believe you. Keep going.
Because I am so.
Cause you believe in evolution?
Yeah,
You don't believe in dinosaurs though.
I don't. Fuck.
Oh, we're
We'll
gonna
talk
get
about
to that in a
shit later.
second. We're gonna get to that in a second. But in terms of evolution, it's like I'm so manipulated by my own dick saying "fuck that girl" that I don't even know if your stories are
White
as
demons.
interesting.
White demons. Semen is white demons.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making a white
no,
demon
no, no.
joke
You're not
about
a white
me.
demon. No, I'm just
I
saying.
might be.
White, I would have said white devil. I wouldn't. No, I'm not going to make the workers the white person. White man is definitely. But that's the thing.
But
Like I
exactly,
just had
yeah.
this conversation with a woman today. Like women don't understand how different, just on a nature level, how different we are. Like I had to ask her. I ask women this all the time. Like, do you ever wonder how a dude can't take care of his doesn't take care of his children?
Yeah.
Like it's because if a woman gets pregnant, everything changes. The way she eats, looks,
Sure.
feels, nothing changes for us. And if she gets an abortion, her life, she's going to remember that for the rest of her
Sure.
life. Every time we jerk off, we have an abortion. And never once have any of us ever looked at the towel or the t-shirt or the sock and said, oh my God, my baby. Never.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't
But
happen.
every time they have a period, that you could say that would be the equivalent of a.
Nah, it's not the same.
I
It's
mean,
not
a
the
sperm
same.
is the same as an egg.
I mean, okay.
You need both of them to have a baby. But I
they
agree
don't
with
get
you.
to see it. Like
I
we
agree
get
with you.
to see.
Oh, yeah,
like,
we see it
we
released, yeah.
see the shit. So it's like.
But I think it's also about coming out of you. Like like I take a lot of pride in my dumps because I made it. Like I've created it, and it's like that came from me. And I feel like when a woman has a baby, they see it come out of their vagina.
There's babies and shit. This is
you don't take pictures of your shit and
just
show
equated
it to your
babies
boys
and
and shit
shit.
like that.
This is
No.
white dude shit.
I made it. It came out of me.
You have to be white to take pride.
Or you
in
ever like
doo-doo.
pop a pimple and then you like look at the white
that's
stuff.
white
And you're
people
like,
stuff.
that's from me.
No, that's
like having a baby.
That's
You are weird, bro.
That's Caucasian cuisine,
that
right?
is.
That's what we call that.
Even your brother was like, "This motherfucker." Weird, you really send pictures of your shit to your friends,
dude? Of course,
I'm so
a nice
glad you
shit
don't
that like
text me,
swirls and stuff like that.
I'm glad you
I'll
don't.
add a group
Crazy.
text.
No, the
Like
fuck
that's
you
it's
want.
ridiculous.
I definitely feel good about myself if I took a good shit though. Like I know I'm eating
yeah.
right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are definitely coolest
different
motherfuckers
people.
y'all hang out with.
Hold on.
Exactly.
So wait, you guys won't take a shit and at least observe it and see what you
Nah,
did?
no.
No,
have to look at
why?
that shit.
It's shit. It's
Bro.
the waste of the shit. Like I'm not taking
Bro.
pride of some shit that my body didn't want. Like what the fuck?
You
type
look
shit
at
is
it to see the color. You look at it to see if there's seeds in it. You look at to see if you did it in one thing without a pinch. You've never looked at your shit
Nah,
before?
what's next? What's
I
the
look
next
at my
topic?
shit when I wipe my ass, but I don't observe it. I'm not like, oh, well, wait a minute.
Oh,
No,
dude, I'm
never.
filthy, bro.
Yeah,
I
you are.
sometimes wipe
You
my
are.
ass and I smell it.
Now I'm starting to understand the shoes a whole lot more. Like the shoes are starting to make sense a whole
You're
lot
giving me
more.
a
now.
lot
You know
of
what's
insight.
nice about being the only white guy in a room? Any weird shit that I do is chalked up to my whiteness, and
And
you
not
have like
just
free reign.
individual.
Yeah, it's not individual. It's like I could do anything super weird, and you guys are like, you white people are crazy. And I'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah, it is my whiteness.
But
It's
no,
not
it
just-
is.
You don't
I'm a
understand
fucking
when
weirdo.
black people say white people are crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That should let you know that this is not the first time that we've seen this.
Exactly.
So
That's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
like white people can't do nothing that we haven't seen before. So
Like-
when we see y'all doing white people shit, like
That's white people shit.
white people shit.
We attribute it to your people because we know that is something that only you can, like, there's certain things that just culturally that we just don't do. With you being a white person and
Okay.
us being black, well, you know, Akaash is kind of like in the middle
He
a little
brown.
bit. He's a
He
brown
do a
man.
lot of black shit too. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been with Akaash.
But-
He black as fuck.
But there's
Maybe.
certain things that you
Maybe.
can do that we're not going to understand.
What would one of those things be?
Wearing
Taking
two pairs of
pictures of your
shoes.
shit and sending them to your friends.
Taking pictures of your shit and send them to your friends.
Yeah.
Only having one pair of tennis shoes with the financial ability to have more than one pair of tennis shoes. Like
Yeah.
that's just like you can't do. Like there's no way.
But
that-
what if I also have like a home?
What you mean as
Like,
far as
what if I
what?
have one pair of tennis shoes, but I also have like a house?
Yeah, that's white people shit. Definitely, definitely white people shit.
You know why?
The fuck you doing with a house?
Address it.
We gotta
Address
have all
it.
these
No,
things.
it's not.
We gotta
Go ahead,
address-
Karlos.
because
Go ahead,
we are
Karlos.
black, as I'm speaking for a whole as black people
Right.
now. Black people not. You think that y'all have one up on us by being homeowners? Black people not breaking their necks to buy no fucking homes because we know even if we buy the home,
Yeah.
white people still own that motherfucker.
Bro.
You can never own shit
Let me
in
tell
America.
you something. I'm not gonna lie. What you're speaking is so true, and I'm going through this right now.
Eminent
I
domain, baby.
No, not even the eminent domain shit.
No, just banks.
Like I bought an apartment here in New York City.
Mhm.
I thought once I bought the apartment, it's my apartment.
What the fuck,
Fuck
made
outta
you think
here. Bro,
that?
that's the
They
biggest
send you
hustle
a
in the
list
world.
of shit you can't do.
Bro, I'm trying to put up a wall. They're like, you need to go to the city. I'm like, why do I have to ask daddy for permission to build it? It's my apartment. I paid
No,
for
it's
the
not.
I want to put a new bathtub in. No, you
No,
can't do
you can't
that
do
without
that.
a permit for I want to move this electrical wire. No, you can't. And it's like it on some level was heartbreaking. I spend my fucking life savings in stand-up comedy to buy an apartment, and now I'm beholden to 50 different government agencies on some really weird shit. It makes you go, yo, these Republicans ain't wrong about everything.
That's what I'm saying.
They
though.
really ain't
This-
wrong
what
about
you-
everything,
What
yo.
you just said is the exact reason why Karlos said what he just said. We, as black people, have been spending our whole life getting told no without buying shit.
No.
So therefore, you know that when I go
So
to
I
buy
had to
some
buy
shit,
an apartment to feel black.
yeah, oh yes, exactly. You had
You gotta own real
'cause
estate
You
to
see,
feel
you know
black.
how bad it made you feel when they told you couldn't do some shit. You know how weird you felt.
His white man shit kicked in. What do you mean I can't?
I can't
Yeah,
build
well,
a
This is
wall.
preposterous.
Exactly,
Let me call my congressman.
exactly.
Fuck out of here.
So that was for
Black people that can't go through all them steps. You fuck around and call the congressman, they dig up some old shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, your
Carlos, what
father
were you
was
doing?
behind on child support, so
And
we're
then-
gonna hold
and
you
then-
responsible.
Even if
for
you
it.
look at the shit that we as black people buy into culturally, especially black men, like nothing has been bought into more for our people than the hood, like being a gangster hood shit. Like that is the
Yep.
most, like everybody buys into that in our community because you establish a level of power that we aren't given at all under any circumstance.
Yep.
So that's why a lot of us buy into it, because we look at the success and the power that is given to people who have taken that road, and you say, hey, he took what he wanted and nobody fucks with that person. So that's why we attribute ourselves to those type of things. But when we go into certain avenues, it's like people always make the joke about how black people change their voice on a job interview.
Yeah.
It's a reason for that. Because
you
better change
So do
your
white
voice.
people.
Really?
Of course.
What did he change? Like, what are you applying for a job at fucking Popeyes? Like, what do you have to change your voice?
No, you whiten it up when you talk to these people all the time. I go to
Nah,
a bank, I
we
whiten
have
it up.
all met the white dude who just sounds incredibly white.
Of course, there are these versions of white people, but like, for example, I grew up in New York City. If I spoke like the typical white guy, it would be weird. To you, I do.
Exactly.
Right? But to you, I might. But you have to understand, like a guy from Connecticut who's like, hello, how are you, sir? And can I da-da-da-da? Like, I use slang. I curse. I have words that are specific to New York City that maybe people learn through rap songs. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, we change our voice depending on who we're with
but
all
they're
the
also
time.
saying, though,
I just texted a girl today and by accident texted Akaash, and I sounded soft as shit in that text.
Yeah,
right?
but
It
here's
was
what
like-
they're saying though. This is the difference, and I've seen this with my black friends. The tone of voice they got to put on. I don't think they got to be honest. But my homie LJ would when he would introduce himself to white people, be like, "Hi, my name is Luther Jackson," and I'd be like, "Who the fuck is this? What happened to LJ?"
That motherfucker's name is Luther Jackson. He better change his voice.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
Luther Jackson is that's the blackest of the black names.
His daddy was Luther, and
Yeah, his daddy was
Jackson
actually
just
Luther.
Sounds like an
He is a junior.
ass nigga.
But that's
Like Luther Jackson, man. Motherfucking car got stole, man.
Hey man, you heard you was over there fucking with Luther.
Man, somebody get Luther on the motherfucking phone. You ain't seen Luther?
okay. So
When I see Luther, I'm gonna beat his motherfucking ass, boy.
So here's a question: when you guys, all right, what accents are you allowed to
None.
attribute
We're not
yourself?
allowed to do shit.
No. As black people, how many accents are you allowed to attribute to yourself? Like, you know, people are giving Drake a lot of shit right now for taking the West Indian, Jamaican flow.
Right.
Drake is going through an identity crisis, though. He lived all of, like, the first half of his life is white. And now he discovered, like, my dad is a real nigga.
No, but
and now
no.
He had that mixed in though.
But just to back it up.
Wait.
Just to back.
So he left the first half, like, in Canada, super white. So now he coming to America. He doing all this hood shit. Everybody love him, and it's just fucking fun. He done hung out with some Jamaicans and felt like.
But
a
my
real
point is,
gangster one night.
what? All right. So the first question is, how many of these accents are you allowed to attribute to just your black skin? Like, are you allowed to do a Jamaican accent, or Jamaicans going to be offended? Like, whoa, you're from Mississippi. Why? Are you
Well, we
doing
don't
this
have a
Jamaican?
desire to change. That's the thing. As black people, we take so much pride in where we're from that you don't have the desire to try to change the way that you sound. Well, some people might, but you look at somebody like Karlos. I'm from Washington, D.C., so we have our culture is very strong. But Los is from Oxford, Mississippi, somewhere that a lot of people might not know.
Mm-hmm.
But he is one of the people you may, and I say this, sparingly, but you may find some people from Oxford who may be so enthralled with maybe a New York culture that they may try to sound like a New York person, or just whatever music is. With black people, whatever music is
That
hot,
dictates the cultural
it dictates
flow.
a lot of the cultural flow, whatever music is popular at a certain time.
Yeah.
So you might like the word thought and all that type of shit, and smoke, free smoke, and all that Chicago slang, because Chicago culture is really, really popular. But if you look back into the 90s, Yo Son and all that type
New
of
York
shit.
shit.
New York shit.
Yeah,
So
New York flows or whatever.
regional.
it's more regional. So you'll have some of that, and we all embrace that just because the hip hop culture is so influential to all of us as a people. But wherever you're from is where you're from. I don't have a desire to walk around and be like, yo, what guan? I look goofy to the people who I grew up around. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why you talking like you jerk chicken?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's no need to do that.
Well, so here's the thing with Drake, which I think is kind of unfair. I think, there's this guy named XXXtension, whatever, who was talking shit about stop stealing Jamaican culture. I think what a lot of people don't understand about like Drake's upbringing is, here you have this mixed race kid who's growing up in Canada, right? And in Canada, there's not obviously the Black American experience. They didn't have the same experience with slavery, where Black Americans developed their own culture independent from their background. The people who went to Canada came from the West Indies first, and now a lot Africa. Right. So his experience with blackness is Jamaican.
Right.
So I don't see him as stealing this.
Is that more authentic to you than him being a rapper?
I think, in my personal opinion, I think he's I think he's actually equally authentic with both because his pops is from Memphis, so he has that American blackness. But at the same time, if I was a young black kid growing up in Canada that wanted to gravitate towards people who kind of look like me, and they just happen to be Jamaican, that would be the music I would probably listen to. Those are the people I hung out with.
It's a heavy.
I don't think he's faking this at all.
It's a heavy Caribbean influence in Toronto and Canada and a lot of places in Canada.
They got
in
the what is it called? Caravana.
Caravana, yeah.
Caravana's like a huge party in Toronto.
Somebody like Drake, with him having his mom be, a Canadian white woman who raised him in Canada, and then him getting on TV at a young age, but then also having a father who was from Memphis and uncles. Like his uncle had like a major hit. Like I can't remember his name, but you remember that song, "The One in a Million"? That was his uncle, like that made that song. So he has influence from especially like Memphis, Tennessee. That's one of the hubs of music, especially black music. So I'm not mad at Drake because his influence came from these
real places.
Yeah, these real places. Yeah. Like, and I think what people have a problem with him is because he's so successful. Like him being so successful at doing everything that he does, of course you're gonna piss off the people who make Caribbean music. Because they
want some success too.
It's like I've been doing this shit for 20 years, and then you come and get 1 billion streams sounding like I've been sounding since I've been making music. It's frustrating to a lot of those people. Yeah. But you can't be mad at somebody whose influence is what it is. It's no different than you being a white guy from New York.
Like I'm clearly gonna have black influences in my life, Latino influences in my life because I grew up around these things.
And nobody should be mad at you for that. But once you start to be successful and then share those things, people just automatically think, this guy's a culture or whatever. But I don't agree with that. I think that, when you come from a certain place, if you happen to have that type of mix and bowl influence, then it just happens to be who you are and what makes you successful.
How involved was Drake's dad in his life?
Who the fuck knows?
Because I knew him to grow up. If you ask Canadians, they're like, he's from the richest suburb in Canada. It's insane how rich he is.
Shout out to Drake.
But he'll still probably gravitate towards people that he resembles in some way or have shared. Say what?
Clayton is about it.
Okay, or have shared experiences with and that kind of stuff. I don't know. I just feel like I think what you've chalked it up to is right.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
This idea of like what was it?
Yes, it just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's just like this fucking success shit. The second you get successful,
I think it's just acknowledgement. I don't think you're really trying to run off with the culture.
Nah, I think exactly. He's like, hey, I think this music is dope. I grew up with it, and it's not like he's not putting cats on. Like he put these different dudes on the album. He's putting Jamaican.
Them shits was garbage though. You don't nobody say it. Them features was trash.
But when you are successful. When you become successful at all, especially at the level of success he's at, he's the biggest artist in the world. So people are going to have a alternative type of perspective on what he's doing, because when you're at the top, nobody's above you. So everybody's looking up and they're like, fuck, like I've been doing what he's doing. Like that's my flow, that's my this, that, and the third. There is a lot of that going, there is a lot of, theft going on in regards to stealing people's swag or whatever. But at the same time, it's like you can't be mad at somebody who has utilized what works for them and they've monetized it to the best of their ability. I mean, you can't be mad.
Okay. Do you guys have you guys seen the Chappelle specials? We're all stand-ups here. Everybody who's listening and doesn't realize every one of us started through stand-up, and that's how we've broken into entertainment industry. Right. You guys have seen both of them?
Yes, I've only seen part one.
I've only seen one.
I've watched both of them.
So both of them too.
We're talking about like success and getting hate and that kind of shit like that. Something very interesting has happened with these Chappelle specials, right? Which is there's this backlash in the media where like, oh my God, he's being transphobic, or oh my God, he's being homophobic, or whatever.
That was one of the funniest jokes on that shit.
Oh no, unbelievable. And the rape jokes. Good. But here's the thing. I've yet to meet a person who I bring up the special to and they go, oh my God, I was so offended by this trans
You're
joke.
Not going
oh my God, I was
only on social media.
Because it's phony. I
fake.
don't even think these people on social media believe in these stories. I think they're putting it out there because it's like this social justice word,
something
a pat
to be
on the
upset
back.
About.
Yeah, look at me. I'm fighting the good fight. No, you just want retweets.
That's right.
So is this also fake news?
Yes.
Yeah, I call it the power of the retweet. Like people will jump into, everybody has an opinion on something. Everybody has an opinion on everything, really. But when something happens and you see it start to run up and down your timeline, most people want to be noticed. Like that's all
Well, see,
social
it's just
media.
attention.
You can
Social
tweet
media-
any fucking thing or put anything on social media.
Yeah.
People gonna fucking attack.
You're-
you can tweet, I love orange soda, and you get 50. Well, what about strawberries? Trump supporter. Fucking
Yeah.
Trump you, man.
Exactly.
Pepsi Cola's the best shit ever. They gonna go fucking ham.
And truthfully, Fabulous said this on the song, and it's the realest shit ever. He said, "Money isn't the root of all evil anymore. Attention is." Like attention is
that's
the root
dope.
of all
That's
evil
dope.
now.
That's dope.
Like there is no such, like I can't even imagine. Like you just think about, we're old enough to remember the world without social media.
Right,
All of
yeah.
us are, we grew up with it, but we remember when it wasn't
For
anywhere
sure.
near as prominent as it was. Do you realize that when we were all in high school, back when Los was a water polo player, like if I liked a girl,
Yeah.
she either went to school with me,
Yeah.
lived in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
or had some type of interaction, real life interaction with me.
You didn't like
right?
some bitch from Oregon.
Right, exactly. Right now, you could be in a whole relationship if you live in New York with a motherfucker in Oregon.
Yeah.
Like
Never
just
met
that
her. Yeah,
level,
yeah.
and all you have is the attention that you can give them through the social media.
Yeah.
So you think everybody is fishing for that attention. Everybody is fishing for likes and retweets. So a lot of issues that don't really mean a motherfucking thing turn into this big. Like I've seen some of the craziest shit.
So real quick, just to harp on that, it's not that these people are trying to look like a good person. It's really just, hey, look at me, I'm here.
I don't want to look. No, you're right. They want to look like a good person to people who are looking to get the attention, the same
Right.
attention that
But
they're
it comes
seeking.
from this feeling of, hey, I just want people to acknowledge my existence.
Exactly.
Please see
Hey,
me.
see me.
See me.
Right.
It's like a
Even
heckler.
with,
They're
even with
fucking
the trolls,
hecklers.
even
Yeah.
with people who say the most outlandish shit on the internet,
Yeah.
they still are looking for attention. Like, and it's for us, it's a little different because I know people say crazy shit to you under your comments.
Oh, for
people
sure.
say crazy shit to all of us under
Yeah.
our comments, but it's like that person doesn't exist.
Hold on. That's my mom, guys.
Hey, mom.
Hey, Miss
How you
Karen.
doing, Mom? We're recording something. Oh, yeah. Can you let him in? Thank you so much.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is beautiful.
You guys
See, that's
will meet
what I
my
mean.
mom
That's
later.
that's
Was that a white people
shit.
thing?
Like my mom,
Yeah.
would have been mad because she would be just coming home from work right now.
Yeah.
Like she would walk in the door. The fuck is all these lights on for? Like that would have been the first thing she said. Like, you know what I mean?
Who all these motherfuckers in here?
Exactly. So you got to understand.
You
It's
see how
just-
nice she was? Someone's coming for Greg. My mom, some ugly ass boy down there knocking on the damn door. I don't know why he knocking like the goddamn police. And he better take them damn shoes off.
exactly.
Yo, I want to say two things about Chappelle though.
Yeah.
One, if you're offended by it, just don't watch comedy. I'm not mad at you. You can feel that way, but you will never see stand up done at a higher level than that.
Ever.
So comedy's just not for you. If you can watch that and be like, oh, I don't like it because it offended me, just don't watch comedy.
Yeah.
Two, I think it says something that Chappelle, who's a super liberal dude, went that hard. Like, for him to start saying, like, things that could be perceived as transphobic or could be perceived as, or say, like, fuck Flint, I'm going to go to the Oscars. That's not a thing Chappelle would have ever said 5-10 years ago. So I think he's kind of tired of all this uber PC stuff, too.
I think what people are starting to realize. What's up, man? How you doing, dude? Chilling, man. Clayton, welcome.
Clayton
English is here.
South shit,
Hey,
you know
Clayton,
what I mean?
maybe if you want, you could pull that seat up over there. Is that cool? Maybe fold it. We only got 4 mics, man. I didn't know that there's so many people are coming, man. But
We
so
brought the
85 South in the
DC,
building,
this
man.
It's here. We missing one person.
So yeah, if you sit right there, you'd probably be in the shot, man. Okay, so here's the thing. I think a lot of people don't realize about comedy.
Before you go to that, let me, like, since we're on the subject, because I know.
Go.
Like, you see social media and you see all these women, like, they, like these so-called straight women, and they defend the transphobia, the homophobia so hard. But I'm like, I was going to ask, like, the group, at what level, as a straight man, how comfortable are we supposed to be? Like, where is the line? Like, they want you to be so accepting, and so, like, what if you're not transphobic? You're not homophobic.
Yeah.
Where is the line? How tolerable are you? Like, where is the stop?
I think now it's like if you don't just suck a guy's dick, you hate gay people.
That's what I was
You know,
thinking. Like,
and
there is no pleasing this crowd. It's
Exactly,
like, hey, I don't hate you. Do y'all thing. Well, would you date a trans woman? Fuck no. You're transphobic.
Exactly.
Like, God damn.
I mean, and I think that's unfair. I don't think not wanting to date somebody means that you hate them.
Well, they had the whole subject the other day. It was like, well,
Yeah.
if you wouldn't date a trans woman,
Yeah.
then you are fucking, something is wrong
Sure.
because this is not a man, she's a she now. Like, what the
Like
fuck?
phobic, because phobic implies that it's fear. And what are you scared of?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm scared of dick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Nobody likes a dick popped out on them. Like, if you pull your dick out at the wrong time, you're out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to, like, it's just not some shit you spring on somebody.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
It's a precursor to pulling your dick out
Yeah.
in any situation.
It's a weird thing. I understand what you're trying to say. I think what the Chappelle special especially is, we have a lot of young kids that are on social media that they thought that stand-up comedy was like a fighting for equality thing.
They used to seeing Kevin
And-
Hart, who doesn't do jokes about anything topical, anything
and
controversial.
they just talk about his life, right? But
Right.
I think what they don't realize is, and we grew up with Chris, right? We grew up with Chris Rock, right? We
Giving
grew
them
up,
straight
not-
facts.
Not even,
So,
not
and
even.
you-
I mean, all of the different
grew up
people
with
that we
different-
grew
knew
up
about
with,
prior.
and we
Yeah.
grew up
wasn't that
prior,
far.
We had
but
access to all that.
Yeah.
all that we had access to.
But here's the
to
thing, is like,
all the different type of the Carlins, the
of course,
you know what I mean, those type
so
of people.
what they don't realize is that comedy is a lot of times a rejection of what is popular. Right. So
course.
whatever is, let's say, like, you know, being super accepting of everybody's really popular, as comedians, our natural inclination is
Is to
to
be
go,
like, fuck that
why the
shit.
fuck I gotta accept you?
Exactly.
You know, that's just how we think. Like, people on the show all the time is like, oh, you're playing devil's advocate. And I was like, I'm a fucking comedian. That's what we do. That's how we create interesting
Is
ideas.
to make people look at shit different.
different.
It's
Yo.
not to change your mind. It's just to open up
check
that
this
other
idea.
side.
Yo, these people say, like, you remember when we would always make fun of those moms who were like burning M&M CDs and like NWA CD? We have become them. Oh, I don't like what they're saying. Burn this guy's stuff.
Yo.
We can't tolerate him. And then if there's a painting with nude women and somebody's religious is like, I don't want to see that, they're like, yo, you can't censor art. How dare you censor art? Well, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, who defines art? That's all I'm saying. Like, I want comedians to have the same expectation of the most gangster rapper. Like, if Gucci could talk about crazy shit, killing motherfuckers, doing that kind of stuff, then I can make a joke about trans people. Like,
Exactly.
I
let's
mean,
keep it real,
I
man.
think a lot of that goes into who the message is reaching, though. I think that a lot of what people get upset about is once the message reaches a certain demographic of people, then it becomes scary to them. Like
Ooh.
you, like
White women.
growing up, like for example, you know, your mom just came in, wonderful lady, nice.
Yeah.
You and your brother here, like her perspective or her view of the world, the scope of which she sees the world we live in is different than the scope that my mom and his mom sees the
Yeah.
world through. That's why we said what we said. So the messages that we get, like when I was young, the first tape I ever got was E40 in the Click. And you know, my mother grew up listening to rap. She loved rap music. I'm from DC, go-go music and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So when she heard the messages, she's not tripping off of me listening to what they saying because one, I'm going out and seeing this shit every day in real life when I hit these streets. So she can give a fuck about what I'm listening to. And she's not going to allow me to be dumb in her house. Like I wish I would walk around the house just because I heard somebody say fuck on the tape and I walk around, hey mom, fuck that shit. She dared me. But your perspective and the way you grew up is different. So have you ever been put in timeout?
So of course.
I have never.
Well, furthermore,
Never.
I'll even prove your
Well,
point.
a white teacher put me in.
See,
Well, I'll prove your point about the music is my dad took away Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style from me because it said the N-word.
see?
So it was like no, and I think I even had like a Mobb Deep CD.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you're
This is
if you as a
You
young
let some nigga slide, just not the one Snoop was saying.
No, no.
Hey, when
took-
Prodigy says it,
No,
it's art.
Mobb
When
Deep, they
Snoop
took that
says
shit
it, it's
away, bro.
vulgar.
They
That's
took
what I'm
that shit
saying,
away.
like,
Get that
you think-
nigga shit out of my house.
you-
My mom was like that too. You ain't finna be listening to that shit loud.
Nah.
But I also
Like, you ain't
grew
gonna
up.
have it crank.
crank, of course not. But that's the thing.
Not finna have it just like.
But
Yeah.
this is also like a conscious decision in like my family. Like, you know, my father was like deeply affected by like Martin Luther King and civil rights movement. Like on Martin Luther King Day, we would listen to his speeches
Exactly.
as a family.
Exactly.
So
Really?
like
Like, what was that like? Describe that to
that was
me.
just normal to me. I did it every single year. So
your dad's
no,
like,
it was
yo, Andrew, bring your weird ass brother in here.
Andrew, Greg, Mom. We sit there. You know, the speech. My
And
dad
y'all
gets a
actually
little
sit there and
emotional.
be
Yeah, we sit
quiet
there as a
and
family.
listen.
But that's the thing.
Absolutely.
Like
And he explained, you know, what was happening at the time, why
What
this
did he
happened.
say?
He just, I mean, my dad was like, you know, my dad grew up in a very conservative family, and he kind of broke away from that because he didn't like the way that the Conservative Party was, you know, ignoring the civil rights struggle. and you know he was really moved by Martin Luther King, and you know my brother's middle name is Lincoln. Like you know he was very taken up by this movement, and it affected him a lot.
And that's the thing. Like, but what we were just saying is the demographic. Once that music reached you, your father was like taken aback. Like, whoa, what did Corrupt gave a fuck about a bitch? Like, what? What is this? You know what I mean?
What we were listening to those speeches
exactly.
for?
So you just have to think about that from the same scope. Now, like you think for somebody who
they also took away my Nirvana CD because there was a song called "Rape Me."
I mean, but see, that's the same thing. Like you think about somebody who has a 14 or I'm not even gonna go into teenagers, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old influential ages when people start to discover who they are, and then they watching a cartoon with two dudes kissing each other. Like naturally the same instinct that your pops had when he heard nigga a million times on the Snoop CD is the same instinct that this parent is having when they watching a cartoon with they like, mommy, daddy, come look at this, and you sitting there watching the cartoon and you see two daddies kissing, you're not turn this shit off, like because we're not used to it, and once it's reached that certain point, demographic,
well, they about to make us
and that's the thing is, but now the same way now
they about to make us used to it.
Exactly.
I just saw some shit. They about to have a gay Santa Claus.
Get married to the black Santa Claus. Yeah. So it's like
good.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
Gay people celebrate Christmas,
of course, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
see, now we confused. Since when is two fucking Santa Clauses? Where the fuck this other
There's
Santa
no Santa Claus. It's
exactly.
all made up.
Wait.
What are you talking about?
It went from no Santa
Are you
Claus.
kidding me?
Now we got two.
Wait,
Santa
you got a
Claus.
do you have a problem with Black Santa though? You got a problem with Black
Santa Claus is
Santa?
clearly a pedophile. He's got all these little fucking kids in his thing,
Man,
making his
That's what I'm
toys
saying.
and shit like that.
Man, anyway.
But that's what I'm saying, Andrew. Like, that's the thing. The same way we have become desensitized to the crazy type, like now you don't even have to fuck saying controversial shit on a rap song. You don't even have to say words anymore.
Nope.
Like, you can really get on the song and just bigger than what and people are just like, whatever.
Fuck it.
You know what I mean? And so that's basically what's happened now. We're in the transitional period of becoming desensitized to shit before that people would just not even stand for. Like, I remember I was watching a Mike Tyson interview, Mitch Green. Remember the dude Mike Tyson knocked the fuck out on the street?
Okay.
It was
up on 125th
Yeah,
Street.
it was on ABC, the regular news, and Mitch Green called Mike Tyson a faggot on the regular news, like 3 days, like fucking faggot. Like it wasn't even looked at. This was the regular news. Like
Eddie Murphy got a whole bit. Eddie Murphy got a whole bit called faggot.
Open it.
Yeah. But this is obviously progression, right? Like we want to get to a point where we're not saying these types of words and making people feel uncomfortable for things that they can't control. Right.
Correct.
I mean, this is what we want to do.
But this and in order to fight that fight, you have to have this type of stuff that we're seeing now. So
you know what I think real progress is going to be, and I mean this, when we're so comfortable with each other that no one is offended by anybody anymore, because it's like, I know this dude. I know
it's impossible.
That's going to be
impossible.
That's like the furthest level. That's like the highest level of progress.
What do you mean?
You gotta stop being offended for other people.
That's it.
That's
white
it.
people do that.
It's too many people jumping up like you can't say that, like
I know,
like you talk about like on the cartoons or whatever, like a little kid nowadays, like a little kid can be like, those two dudes are kissing because then somebody has to come and say, oh, you can't say even though little boys think kissing girls is gross at a certain, around 4 or 5, you know what I'm saying? So you can't even be, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't even be a little kid anymore because now we have to explain everything to you, and this is why, like, I mean, of course that's gonna happen as a youth. Children, you got to explain, hey, you can't say that. Don't say that. Why is that dude that fat? Don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff you got to teach kids, but now it's like you can't even, they having to explain way too much
Kids
stuff. Kids
can't have knee-jerk reactions, is what you're trying to say. Like, they can't just react to the world as they see it, when in a way, they're the most honest, right? It's like nobody's told them to feel a way about anything. Like when a kid sees a guy and a girl kissing and they go, ew, it's because it's like, I don't want to kiss anything.
Exactly. It's not because,
So we're maybe adding shit onto it to make it seem worse than it really is.
Quit being offended for other people too.
That's the worst.
The idea, and that's what's so annoying about like what happens with these Chappelle specials, where like you see something. It's so weird because there's certain things that are allowed in different types of art, right? Like you can have a rape scene in Game of Thrones, right?
Correct.
And
They didn't have consensual
art.
sex the first season.
But like, no, for real talk, it's like when I see
It was all rape.
when
I
I
have a
see
bit about that.
it's not like when I see a violent rape scene, I go, oh, rape is wrong. Like, I knew it was always wrong. I didn't.
Nor am I like, yo, that shit looks fun.
Yeah, and not when I see a funny rape joke, am I like, rape is okay because it's funny. Like, I know rape is wrong no matter what. Nothing is going to influence me otherwise. So if a joke is told about that topic, it happens to be funny, let it be funny. And if a dramatic scene happens about that topic, let it be dramatic.
Right. I mean, that's another thing. Like when you talk about just the differences between, like, as black comedians, I know in a black room, rape is I don't give a fuck how funny your rape joke is. Anybody want to hear that shit?
And pedophilia.
Come on,
I
man.
almost got in a fight over some pedophilia.
What happened?
White guy came to my comedy room.
Yeah.
And he tried to do like all these jokes about raping kids.
Right. Was his name Sandusky?
No, it wasn't.
And see, that shit's not.
That's the thing. And he was like, bro, what's your problem, bro?
Yes, yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? I'm just doing my shit. Like, bro, you
That
get
shit
the
fuck out of here. That shit ain't funny to us. I don't give a fuck how funny it is. Like, that's just not funny to us. Probably
like
because
a morally corrupt person to be sitting there at home like, oh, I'm thinking this joke about raping the kids. As Lil Wayne, oh, that's gonna murder. I'm like, you fucked up. Cause that's what I'm saying. You sat there and you actually put this shit together.
Yeah, but
and you thought that somebody wanted to hear that shit.
and we're talking about right now being offended. Like,
so now
you're
you guys are
entitled to
offended.
being
I was
offended.
highly offended.
You're entitled. That's the thing. We're not saying that anybody's not entitled to be offended. If you're offended by the fact that some dude won't date you because you're transgender, you have that right to be offended. But just because you offended doesn't mean
wrong, right?
doesn't mean that a person is wrong. That just means you're not gonna be in my comedy room doing no jokes about fucking no kids.
Do that shit.
You can do that shit. I'm not saying, hey, you need to stop doing them fucking jokes. I'm
That's
just saying
dope.
you're not doing the jokes
dope.
So look,
in my room.
So that's the distinction that people need to realize. Right here. And which is something that, Akaash, you said in the beginning. If you're offended by it, don't watch it. And if it's your comedy room and somebody's asking permission to go on your stage, you have the say, just like when someone's not funny on your stage, you say, sorry, you can't come back. Because you're offended by the fact that they're not funny on your fucking stage.
Exactly.
That dude wasn't funny either.
He wasn't funny
for sure.
Fuck.
Completely.
I know he wasn't
He
great.
picked the wrong shit to even try to be funny with.
Yeah.
You lost it before you started.
But here's the thing also, as being a comedian, our punishment is the joke bombs. If you don't know what it's like to go on a stage in a room full of people, tell a joke, and everyone just looks at you with no fucking laughs, you don't know. Don't add extra punishment. Don't end Tracy Morgan's career. You know what I mean? Tracy had to damn near die before we forgave him.
for the gay joke.
Yeah, for saying, if I had a gay son, here's a joke about what I might do.
Right. He had to get in a car accident, lose a best friend.
Yeah.
For us to be like, okay, you could be on TV again.
Yeah.
You're not that bad a guy.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Damn, bro. Hold on. Well, let me pay some bills out here. Let me
Pay some bills, man.
Yeah, definitely got to do that.
out here,
Thank
man.
y'all for letting us come kick it.
This week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Loot Crate. Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20 a month, where you're shipping for the geek in your life, or if you are that geek, Loot Crate is the best surprise you know is coming. Every month there's a different theme and new exclusive item that you can only get with Loot Crate. And remember, Loot Crate has a plethora of options to fit the fan in you. Loot gaming, loot pets, loot wear, loot anime. There's something for everyone. For April, join us as we salute some of our favorite mystery solvers with the items from Stranger Things, Batman, The X-Files, and Marvel's Jessica Jones. One lucky subscriber will get a mega crate, including a signed copy of Jessica Jones's Alias Volume 1 through 4. You've got until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate. And when the cutoff happens, tough titty, you missed out. So make sure you head to lootcrate.com/idiots and enter the code idiots to save $3 on any new subscription today. That's lootcrate.com/idiots and use the code idiots to save $3 on any new subscription today.
What's a Loot Crate?
A Loot Crate is basically you get a box, and the box it's a themed box. So it might be like an X-Men themed box, and it has different like figurines, cards, T-shirts, that kind of stuff for this different, what do you call that kind of culture? Like the geek culture, like the
you got
kind of
geeks?
hell yeah, man. Come
Man, that's what I
on,
was
bro.
gonna ask you.
Talk to me.
On the 85 South Show, we always let them know who the podcast is for. Who is this podcast for?
This podcast is for Coca-Cola drinkers.
Oh,
You know, I know you. Listen,
you missed it, Clayton. We was talking about that.
I know.
Shit,
I think it's fucked up that you set up that rumor that DC loves Pepsi and that's all he does is drinks Pepsi.
Put that shit out in the world. That's fucked up. Hey, DC, we not going like that, man.
DC Pepsi hashtag.
Fuck out of here, Schultz.
Fuck out of here, Schultz.
We
talk about fly like that, man.
Yeah,
you
couldn't make it today.
Charlamagne got a fucking Pepsi commercial coming out.
Exactly.
Pepsi is
He'll be the
sponsoring
motherfucker to do it too.
Yeah.
We're gonna call him right now.
And he'll do it and just give himself. Exactly. He'll do it and give himself donkey of the day.
So we just gotta give up Pepsi?
Yes. Shit.
Fuck Pepsi.
Because of one.
So we're Atlanta, like the South, like Coca-Cola.
It's all Coca-Cola down there.
Oh, Atlanta, yeah, Atlanta. You can't bring Pepsi into Atlanta.
I don't drink soda anyway, but fuck Pepsi.
Yeah, that's what we say in the South, in Texas
No,
too.
Pepsi is the default. It's like when the hotel only has lifestyles.
So this is what we gonna.
I've never seen. Only time I've ever seen a black person drink Pepsi is always paired with Newports.
I don't listen.
The next time I'm at a restaurant and they ask me is Pepsi fine, I'm going to fuck off.
Say what?
Like
wait, so why? But why do
Pepsi fine? Fuck no.
Why do we?
No fucking Pepsi.
I missed it. I guess why we hate the commercial so much.
It's basically. It was
I get it was bad,
moment.
but like,
don't do that.
No.
It can't
Here's
do
the
that
thing.
shit every time. There's some black people involved. It's bad.
Well, there was no black.
No.
There was no black people.
Buts and exceptions.
Wait,
no
there's a brown person way more prominently than a black person.
People.
There's a brown person with a hijab. A hijabi girl is featured way more prominently than a black person.
There's no black girls in it.
She's
they got
like-
an Asian
she's
kid
like-
who's playing cello. They got a bunch of brown girls, and then they have the police standoff. So it's a thing about like protests around the world, which we're seeing, and let's
No,
kind of
that shit came directly
From
a
the Black
protest,
Lives Matter
man. It was
protest.
this girl.
That was a slut walk.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
It was a slut
No,
walk.
it wasn't.
I thought this would be really funny that we should do it. I know it sounds fucked up, but you know when they have the women's march? What if we went there pretending it was the slut walk?
I'm not going.
Like, yo, sluts, what's up, y'all? Y'all
I'm not
doing it
going
today?
with you, bro.
Y'all doing it? Yeah.
I'm not
okay.
going.
See you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, see,
But
whoa.
Ain't that
Before
fucked
you
up?
slut.
That's the reaction. Is
Yo.
I'm not. That's not. That's him. That's
Yo,
not
but
me.
check it. If we go to a slut walk, can we refer to the women as sluts that day?
No.
What?
The fuck is the point? You calling yourself a slut?
They can, but you can't.
Can I call it?
Wait a minute.
Don't make the slut the N word.
Let me
No
ask
different.
you.
Hey,
Slut too.
They were
Men can be sluts too. So why we can't be at the slut walk and meet some nice, respectable sluts just like ourselves?
Nope.
Yeah, it's like you have to be black to
I'm
say
just
the
saying,
N-word.
we
Not
be able
fucking
to
with you,
line
Clayton.
up.
Keep that so the world can hear.
Okay, this sluts don't. It's not just regulated to women. There's male sluts too. So I feel like as men, if we some sluts, we should go to the slut walk and meet some respectable sluts
Yeah.
and slut it up together.
Get our hoe on.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
valid point, Clayton. I can't argue that. I can't argue
if
that.
you-
It take two to
It
slut.
take two to sluts.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Take two to
Let's
sluts.
not miss this money.
Yes.
Let's put together the unisex slut
Slut walk.
walk.
There we go.
Presented by the Brilliant Idiots of 85 South.
85 South, Brilliant Idiots, the unisex slut walk.
You know what? And I talked about this on the podcast.
Now we're
That does
going.
sound like
Women
a
have
freak.
to-
That should be
Hey, on
cracking.
some real shit though, women really have to stop raw dick shaming. They really need to stop this shit. They try to make us feel so guilty about this raw dick shit. It takes two people to go raw. That is a two-person decision.
One of my favorite Patrice O'Neal jokes. Safe sex is a woman's responsibility.
It is. Another Patrice O'Neal joke is when you talk about you get too old to be using a condom. Like, you know what I mean? Like the process of putting on a condom and knowing that
Come
this
on
is
now.
you're taking 50%. It's like charging your battery only to 50% every time. Like it's like like what the fuck is the point of doing that? Like it's a waste.
You having sex
of the
on
action.
airplane mode.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
No Wi-Fi.
Nothing. Exactly. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
All right, so
crazy.
we're going to have the unisex slut walk.
We're gonna put that shit. Y'all
That's
got
gonna
enough-
happen for real.
They have enough sponsors and followers to
Yeah.
make that shit possible.
Exactly. We definitely do it. The
Brought
unit.
to you by Uncle Luke.
Right.
Fucking Bevel and Luke box.
Bevel
Shave up
and
those
loot
books.
box. Yep.
You can get them a bunch of
And
Bevels.
backwards.
Shave up those loot boxes with your
meals that
Bevel.
people that y'all used to sell that came prepared to people's houses.
Yeah. We're not gonna say it because they're not paying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you want to get your shit said again, send some money in.
Oh yeah, no, that shit is on point. I had it last fucking week. When was it? Oh god, I'm fucking up.
Yo, let me say one last thing about this Pepsi commercial.
Go.
I just saw it for the first time on the way here.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is
Blue Apron. BlueApron.com. Shout out to Blue Apron.
The thing Kendall's running away from is basically being every other Kardashian. Like doing this photo shoot. She got Kylie lips on. She got hair dyed. And she runs away from all that trivial shit that all her sisters do.
Yeah, she's
Who
running
gives
away.
a fuck, Akaash?
I'm not saying like
it gotta be said.
I'm not saying that makes the commercial better, but it's something to think about.
Off opinions and shit, but black people dying every day in 2007 at the end of police brutality and fucking all this bullshit. That shit is atrocious, man. And everything, you can't make light of every situation. At some point, this shit got to be handled with some seriousness. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
like, you remember Pepsi used to do stuff. Like, Pepsi had Michael Jackson commercials, right?
yeah, they did try to assassinate Michael Jackson. We didn't forgive them for that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We still kind of mad.
But my
about
point is, Pepsi used to have iconic people on the commercials. I can't remember all the Pepsi commercials, but if you look back through history, I'm pretty sure they had people that actually
Had some of the best Super Bowl commercials back in the day. Yeah.
Right.
Britney Spears.
Yeah, so now the iconic person that you have that you think is going to be the representation to bring people together is which one is it? Kendall. That's like y'all out of touch. Like who pitched this shit?
But here's
who pitched
the thing.
it? Who pitched
How
it?
do you go from Michael Jackson to Kendall?
But
Jenner?
How do you pitch that?
But here's the thing that I'll ask, just throw out there for all of us, as you know, business people who have brands that we've built and are building.
Yeah.
Like, is this really a bad thing for Pepsi? Like, when the last time you had a conversation about Pepsi? In your life.
When they dropped Ludacris just because Bill O'Reilly said so.
Okay, how many
That
years
was
ago?
10 years
No,
exactly.
I've had a conversation about Pepsi every time the waitress says, sorry, we don't have Coke. We only have Pepsi products. That's the only time I'm having a conversation
Pepsi
with
weak as fuck anyway, man. Coke is better than Pepsi.
Coke is more delicious than Pepsi.
Motherfuckers.
Now,
we drink Coke.
I don't
in my
drink soda.
podcast.
yeah, I like how in the beginning of this you were like, I don't want to say anything about Pepsi because they might sponsor 85 South.
Suck my dick.
There we go. There we go.
The whole dick. Go all the way to the ball sack.
Gotta make that noise when you do it.
Fucking right.
Or they just hire us for consultants.
They can.
They couldn't send us that commercial.
We still want the money.
That's
so.
not selling out. If you get hired as a consultant for a
You gotta
brand that's
keep in
fucking
mind,
up,
like,
hell yeah.
We're all 30 plus black men. We have reached a point in our life where we have been real long enough. It's time to sell out.
I like that.
Yeah, we got to sell out.
I support that.
keeping it
You
real
just said
all this
fuck
fucking
Pepsi
time.
15 seconds ago.
I did say that.
Bro.
But that's what selling out is. I can say fuck Pepsi and then get a check from them and somebody pull this footage up
Dude,
of
this
me
is
saying
great.
fuck Pepsi and then I issue a apology.
That's way less
on behalf of
controversial.
myself to
That's
Pepsi
way less
and get another
controversial than
check.
that fucking commercial.
I see
Us
why
saying
it
fuck
works.
Pepsi.
I see why it works for Trump when
We're
he
gonna,
just
actually,
does what he
we're
does.
going
What
to
he's
shoot a
doing
Pepsi
is exactly
commercial.
what
Hey,
Trump
you know what?
does.
You know
right?
what we gonna do?
He says
At
one
the-
thing,
at-
then the opposite,
at-
and
hey,
it says
listen,
confident
I
as
just-
fuck, and you're
I
like,
just-
all right, cool, I'm with
I
it.
just figured it out. The Unisex Slut Walk sponsored by Pepsi.
Pepsi, you got to sponsor the slut.
You can't lose with that,
You got to
Pepsi.
sponsor the slut walk.
Oh, everybody getting
They
pregnant.
got to redeem themselves.
They got
Oh,
to.
man.
Pepsi, whoever watching this work at Pepsi corporate, you got to sponsor the slut walk.
Yep, the Unisex.
All right, we're
Slut
gonna
Walk.
reach out to Pepsi and do that shit.
I believe you too.
And,
I don't know why, but I fucking believe you.
No, we're gonna
That'll
make it
bring
happen.
people together.
Oh, dude, nothing brings people together like sluts.
And we
Sluts literally bring people together. That's what it is.
In the same place.
Man,
I
that would
believe we could
what
get
a
so much
mixtape
shit
that would be, Clayton.
Oh,
Weed and
God.
Sluts Volume 1, nigga.
We
Oh,
awesome. Everybody's on
You
that.
want to hear on Weed and Sluts?
Weed and Sluts. Oh, Project Pat got to be on Weed and Sluts. That sounds like a
Come on,
Project
man.
Pat song
Weed
already.
and sluts.
Weed and Sluts. I'm telling
Weed
you.
and
sluts.
I
We
got
got
weed and sluts. What you need? What you need? I got weed and sluts. What you need? What you need? I got weed and sluts.
On
What
their
you?
knees. On their knees.
I got weed and sluts. What you need? What you need? I brought weed. I brought sluts who suck dick and they look nuts. Shout out to Pepsi. That's the sponsor. Cause you know they put us on. Had some sluts all at my house and they was naked on my phone. Made that bitch put on a thong. Cause she didn't have nothing on. And she put that bitch on backwards. Hold up, hold you wearing it wrong.
Nigga, hell yeah. That's
Weed and
it.
sluts. Let go.
The Weed and Sluts, man. It's going down.
Good marketing campaign. I'm with this. When is it happening?
Hey, we gotta make.
Bro, if we
It's gotta
can-
be summer, man. Well,
It's
no,
gotta
no. As what's her face says, as Cardi says, hoes don't get cold. So this could be a
That's
winter
who you got to
month.
get on the podcast,
Cardi.
bro.
We got to give them a what
That's
you
who
call
you
it.
got to get
I
on
know,
the
we gotta talk to
podcast,
Cardi.
You
bro.
know, sluts need an advance notice. So
Do they?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes.
They
Yes.
do because the smart ones get their ticket early.
All right, this the question. Who's your favorite slut?
The last minute.
Favorite slut of all time?
Hold on, before we say that, we're gonna pay some bills. Thanks
About being sluts.
Thanks again to Squarespace for supporting this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots. Whether you need a portfolio, a store, a blog, or just a place for your next big idea, count on Squarespace to help you create an eye-catching online platform that brings it to life. Squarespace gives you everything you need to look like an expert right from the start, including a unique domain which strengthens your brand and makes it easier for visitors to find you. Squarespace's award-winning templates help you create a beautiful website with their simple and intuitive process. You add and arrange content and features with the click of a mouse, and there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. But if you have a problem, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support can help you with any problem, no matter how technical or trivial seeming. Make your next move and start your free trial at squarespace.com today. Enter the offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase. Again, that's offer code IDIOT to get 10% off your first purchase. Make sure the next move that you make, a website, is with Squarespace.
How much?
Hey, yo,
man?
there we go.
time out, man.
Yeah.
That cat just fucked Clayton all the
Why,
way
you didn't
up,
know
man.
there was a cat here, Clayton?
So he saw the
Man
cat, but when
spoke
he
on the
jumped
mic,
up,
yeah.
him and the cat made eye contact. Like y'all, like cats are the bad bitches of the animal kingdom. like,
Wait, you said cats are the wild and out girls in the animal kingdom?
Yes, yes. That's
exactly what the fuck we said. And the one, and when the cat looked at Clay, you could just tell Clay, now this bitch ain't fucking with me. Look at that.
I'm fucking with her. I don't like cats. They don't know how to like.
Put him on the mic a little. Share the mic.
I don't mess with cats like that. Like I size animals up. Like I let them know, like, hey, I respect you, but
Yeah.
I don't
hate
fuck
cats.
with you like
it's
that.
so much investment for nothing. You got to feed them. You got to do all these things, and they only come to you when they want to.
Right.
It's a very one-sided relationship.
I love
Definitely
animals, but I like
You're their
my
side bitch.
animals.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
they're the main bit. You're the side.
You can't impress me with your pet. I don't care what it does. Like
Really?
No, I'm just saying. Like people be like, "Oh, my dog, he's real." No, it's not my dog. I don't like him.
Oh, you only like your own.
Yeah, I like
No,
the
you
animal
don't.
that I'm responsible. Like you can't expect me to like your friend just because like.
They always try to sell you on the dog shit. Like, man, he act just like a human. How the fuck your dog act
Right.
like a human?
Does he have thumbs?
Yeah, I would never.
A lot of
I
people
know
say
a lot
that.
of stupid.
Can he
ass
roll
people.
up?
Impress me. All right. So what were you saying? Something about your favorite sluts? You guys?
Who's your favorite slut of all times?
I mean, we're talking about women who identify as sluts.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it off. It's got to be that old lady who lived in a shoe. Because not only did the bitch have a lot of kids, but she lived in a shoe. Like,
You're the most well-read dude.
But wait, though, if you think about this shit, like, break this shit down.
Yeah.
It's a lady who lives in a shoe.
Right.
Who has so many kids, she don't know what to do. So that means when this bitch had 4 kids, it was dudes in and out of this shoe.
Yeah.
Coming over there fucking
Yeah.
and just dropping off kids. Like,
That's it.
nobody ever says that nobody's daddy came by on the weekend, and this was just an old lady who lived in a shoe. They had so many kids, she didn't know what to do. She didn't even know to stop fucking.
I feel another rap coming along, guys. I feel another rap coming along, guys.
It's just shit that I'm thinking about. Like, did you fuck a bitch who lived in a shoe?
Hell yes.
What kind of shoe?
Let me tell you, that's a big ass.
You know
Most dudes look. You know, the shoe look just like that.
That's what that's the shoe the bitch lived in.
Most dudes would fuck the shoe.
Exactly. Not worried about that.
Like Patrice O'Neal said, since we talked about Patrice, you'll find a homeless bitch. And you'll be like, come here, little dirty bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll wipe that bitch down, man, and you gonna go like we don't, bruh. That's the thing. We could take something from nothing.
Shit, I done got
Hey,
spoiled.
yes,
My
we
standards
can.
went up.
Oh, of
I
course.
couldn't fucking no boot, man.
Our standards go up, but imagine yourself at 20.
Somebody said you had to fuck there.
Bruh, she lived in a shoe and she a baby mama.
You just gotta pick her up from the shoe.
Get some
Multiple
hair,
times.
pick her up from the shoe, and just pull the lace. She comes out.
You motherfuckers
Come
are
on,
the
bro.
worst,
You're
bro.
bougie, bro.
I am. I'm not
thought
fucking
you
no
were from
lady with
Mississippi,
a lot of
bro.
kids
I
that
really
live in a
thought
fucking
you
You know
were
what
boot.
Carlos is acting like right now?
What?
A cat.
Get the fuck out! Thought that was another water polo joke. Nah, man, I can't fucking no boot.
Hey, man.
A running shoe is probably as low as I go.
No, boot I like. Boot's got some leather. Look at that. There we go.
This is dope, man. We in your brother's crib and shit, just recording podcasts and
Man,
shit.
I want to thank you guys
Podcasts
so
are
much
the
for coming
wave,
through,
my
man.
dude.
It really is the best, man.
It is.
No, y'all got a good. Y'all moving strong.
Respect.
Yeah, we
No,
love it,
y'all
man.
inspired us to
Campaign.
jump to 85 South
Live.
Show.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm honestly such a big fan of what you guys do. Akaash retweeted a clip of you guys with the live band, and we spoke about this
Right.
earlier this week. But and then I retweeted it as well, and it was just fucking brilliant. You guys did the show with a live band behind you guys, and you guys are you're rapping, you're singing, you're freestyling with it, and it's. First of all, it's very unique for that podcast space.
Right.
And I think that we spoke about it. I think that there's, TV show and that kind of stuff surrounding it. But I just think what you went from just kind of like talking and then you really found your lane. A lot of people, what they don't do in this podcast world is let it happen organically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like your shit, you could tell it's organic. It wasn't forcing us like, let's do this segment or
No.
something like that. It's like, no, this is what we want to do. We're going to gravitate toward it naturally. And then that's where you see the success, man. So much success to you guys. I really
Thank
hope
y'all,
it,
man.
Yo.
'Cause I'm telling you,
Appreciate
any
that, man.
road trip or anything, or like anytime where it's gonna be a lot of listening, where I'm fucking with it. Like when I drive home, I'm probably up on all the fucking episodes,
Respect, man.
This
Thank you.
tax season and
Yeah,
Oh,
tax,
shout out,
definitely
shout out
tax.
to
and everything
man.
that
Tax
falls
my
under
dude,
this
man.
brilliant
Fuck with
idiots
tax,
umbrella,
man.
You know what I mean? Like
Word.
saw the merch game and I was like, damn, they just killing it, getting all these sponsorships and shit.
You
I'm
guys
like,
too. I see you
live
guys
show,
cooking,
yeah.
man.
I'm
Lowe's
like,
been wearing a
shit, let
hoodie
me get
every
in
day
on
at
that,
Wildin'
man.
Out.
Yeah, we
Huh?
you know.
Lowe's been wearing an 85 South show hoodie
rep.
every day at Wildin' Out.
Yeah, that's all about. You gonna see me in this shit for like the next 4 or 5 years, bro.
You know what
I'm
we need
on
to do
some
for
other
real?
shit.
We need to have like a festival. You know how they do for comedy festivals? They
Yeah.
do a movie
Podcast
festival.
festivals, yeah.
We can do a podcast festival.
Don't give them all our good ideas.
I know, but sometimes you gotta put it out there, man, and then it
Yeah.
happens. But it's like
Pepsi gonna
we can
sponsor
have
that
podcast-
shit.
I was just about to say
Pepsi!
Y'all
yeah,
should do
man.
a live
What up,
show.
Pepsi?
Hold on, but we do a podcast festival. We
Got a
do.
lot of reparation money.
They
There we go. We were just
Clayton,
saying.
wait. When I said that shit, they looked at me crazy. Like, you think
Bro.
Pepsi gonna give us some apology money? I was
Yeah.
like, nigga, it's an idea.
Look, all I'm saying is we could do that shit. We could do the live shows. We could even do some stand-up shows, obviously. That's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people that do podcasts, we also get down stand-up. So
Definitely.
we could do a whole weekend out of that shit. Fuck it, turn it into a Tom Joyner cruise. We could definitely do some things.
Oh,
We
man.
could definitely
Yeah.
do some things, man.
You know
These
what?
things,
That could be. Hey, the unisex slut walk weekend, man.
Whoa.
Let's
The
just make it
unisex
fucking-
motherfucking cruise? The slut cruise?
Oh, it's on.
Oh,
Hey, don't take them sluts out to sea.
nah.
Do not take them sluts out to sea, man.
Bro.
Don't you start taking them sluts out to sea. Don't you do that.
We going
Don't you do
somewhere
that.
you don't need a
do that.
passport.
Don't you do that, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother little side venue for the sluts. You take the slut out in the ocean on your own.
Oh, God.
You
Slut float.
I heard sluts get seasick real easy.
You been on a cruise?
Hell no. I'm
See?
going on the slut float.
Okay, see, yeah, you don't want.
Have fun out to sea.
Shit, I want to
Yeah.
go. That shit sound lit as fuck, bro.
Exactly.
Well, look,
we
we're
gonna
gonna
get
make
to
it
perform
happen,
on the slut cruise, man. Somebody got to
Man, we
perform.
would do a resort. We do a resort. I don't want to be on the water.
I wish we can dig Rick James up for that motherfucker, boy.
Because man, them fucking cruises like fuck up. You heard about the cruise ship? Like that shit just shut
Carnival
down.
cruise.
They
They had to go get another boat.
Cruise itself. You're not scared of
Well, I mean, it's holes on. Just imagine if all the electricity, all the power go out with a bunch of sluts on a cruise ship. You know how nasty that's gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
be
like,
fucking.
Bro,
in
I don't
2
want to
days.
go on a
That's the
cruise
point.
because
In
the
2 days,
captain
it's gonna
always
smell
walking
worse
around
than the
fucking
ocean.
boat. That's the only shit I don't trust about the cruise.
What?
The fucking captain is walking around the boat.
He
Who
should be-
driving this
he should be captaining
motherfucker?
it.
You should be on your shit, nigga. Get up there and spin that goddamn wheel.
Come on, he's trying to get his shine.
I
Anyway,
drove a
look,
boat actually.
we gotta
That
wrap
shit
this
is
shit
way
up.
harder than it fucking looks.
I gotta
You
get the
drove a
fuck
boat?
out of here. I did drive a boat, but I
You
gotta.
got a show, right?
I got a show I gotta go to right now. But I just wanna. I gotta go to Cellar. Yeah. If you guys want to roll, let's roll. Anyway, I just want to say thanks again to for Weed Week for sponsoring the Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah.
Weed Week is
You got any
coming
weed?
soon to Viceland, the TV channel from Vice. Imagine Shark Week, but with less blood and more vaping. Okay, you can look forward to the season premiere of Bong Appetite and a fan favorite Weedakit. And Jesus and Mero's Viceland late night show is headed to LA for the week so they can legally celebrate the high holy days. Weed Week starts April 17th on Viceland and ends 4-20. That's 420. Go to Viceland.com to find your channel. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Yo, thank you guys so much for coming.
Hey, man,
Check it
come
out,
on, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
check
to you.
out 85 South Show
South.
Thanks for having me, man. Good
Absolutely, man. Clayton
Where can they
came through.
find you, man? Where can they find you?
at Karlos M, KarlousM. Shout out to Charlemagne. Shout out to Andrew Schultz.
Hey.
These my partners. Anytime I'm in the city, you gonna see me
Yeah.
fucking. We finally made that shit happen.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
Finally
It was dope.
did.
Family, man. At Chico Bean, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Definitely shout out to shows. Charlamagne, man, that's the big homie, man. That's, of course, 85 South every Friday, brand new episode. You know what I'm saying? Every Friday.
Love it.
We out on the road doing the stand-up, Wildin' Out coming. I got the freestyle funny comedy show that's traveling around everywhere and everything. So, just keep an eye out for us, man. We trying to, as my man Karlos likes to say, we trying to get to the income. You know what I mean?
At Akaash Singh, AKAASHSINGH. Also, I got a show, all brown comics, all basically like Indian comics, the day after you're at the Stress Factory, April 16th.
Oh, cool.
So come through, promo code BrownFB, and you get $10 off your ticket. Come
Brown
through.
F Bean?
One more time.
Brown FB, like Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Facebook promo code.
Man, Clayton English on everything. Clayton English, everything. Netflix, Love. Make sure you watch that.
Yes.
Oh, sick.
Just got back on. Yeah. So, that's it, really. That's it. And, ClaytonEnglish.com if you want to see when I'm going to be in your city. That's about it.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And then you can make sure you check out Charlamagne's book. It's coming out April 18th. Black Privilege.
Black Privilege.
Make sure you order
Yes.
it. He's on the book tour right now. I think the 17th he's going to be a powerhouse in Brooklyn. But go to seethebook.com. You can check out where
I
he's
already
gonna
ordered.
be.
I pre-ordered mine already. So
Make sure you
mine.
support that.
OG.
We're trying to get that #1 on the bestsellers list. That would
Definitely.
be huge. And then also I'm going to be in Spokane, Washington this weekend.
Really?
Shout out to Gonzaga.
There we go. Well, yeah, they need some cheering up. So come through Spokane Comedy Club this weekend. I'll be there Thursday through Saturday. And then I'm going to be basically away every single weekend for the next couple months. So make sure you check out theandrewshows.com to check out tour dates for that. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the shows.